Why, hello there, everybody. Ooh, I get the
Hello.
multi-mouse drift. I haven't run an online one of these in a real long time, and hopefully that's not going to show repeatedly over the course of the next several hours. Welcome in, everyone, to the first part of a two-phase adventure here on the Syrinscape channel. With these fine people, we're going to explore a world that is not Galarian. There's a lot of worlds out there that aren't Galarian, that don't have, you know, an eternal, universal, consuming evil deity locked away at the core of them, that aren't as interesting to the gods, not as interesting to the deities, that they have much less of a focus on. This is one of those many, many worlds. Here, there is no divine presence. It's, I guess, a fantasy backwater, almost. There's not nothing. The gods are near omnipotent. They can see all of creation. Some of them have taken a little bit of vested interest. There is some whisper of the names of Torag, Desna, Callistria. There are a few, but none of them have any chosen clerics. None of them provide any magic, and indeed, the world we're going to adventure in today is devoid of magic entirely. This is going to be fun and exciting because we have a party of exclusively just kind of dudes with weapons that are going to try and figure out how to overcome problems without relying on that crutch that is spell casting, magical items and abilities and all of that.
Who needs it?
Hopefully not you guys. We'll
That's what I was about to say.
We're starting today, the first part of Rise of Cursed Stone, in a carriage, an iron carriage. It is a large contraption powered by machinery and alchemy. No horses, no oxen draw this thing. It is self-propelled and it is enormous. The roads leading out to this backwater town you're traveling to in pursuit of a pretty sizable bounty, the group of you adventurers here, are wide enough to accommodate one of these lumbering machines, but just barely. The four of you are the only passengers on this iron carriage, the rest of it dedicated to cargo, supplies, machinery, and goods, going out to this outlying settlement of Green Ridge, just seemingly to keep it functioning. A lot of imported food, a lot of imported alchemical tinctures, elixirs, medicines, and basic supplies. They don't seem to be very self-sufficient out here. Indeed, the group of you have come following a posted bounty for a mine out here in the sticks. A silver mine owned by one of the larger companies in the region, Silverhand Co. The fact that they're reaching for outside help means that they're looking for, would say, something a little bit above your average first level adventure. This is a fourth level adventure. You guys aren't little babies. This isn't your first time holding the sword. You got some wins under your belt. But as you all sit inside this massive iron machine, watching the trees go by and the windows outside, let's go around the table, introduce who you are, introduce who your character is. Let's start over here with Dan.
Hey, what's happening? This is just character, not me, right? We're just
Yeah,
doing
both
character
and or
stuff.
either, whatever you want to do, man. We're just kind of we're just hanging out, having a good time.
We'll get to the important stuff. I am Sirhane. I am an elven rogue who's surprised I'm playing a rogue. I didn't see that coming.
Absolutely not.
He's basically, he's the type of person, he sticks to himself. He loves to help the party, but only because he knows that that's going to help the party succeed, which means he gets to succeed. I know, everyone's shocked. So there's that. That's really all there is to him. It's a pretty keep to himself type person. He's got a, typical rapier, dagger, and a bow. And he grew up. This is back. Do you want backstory stuff, or do you just want us to
give
keep
me what
going?
you want to give me, man? You have a good time. You go till you feel content.
Here we go. There is a backstory here. So Sirhane grew up in the circus that was run by an orc family. So that he was forced to be an acrobat. and he had to spend his days swinging from to and fro on a little swing type thing. I don't know what they're called. A trapeze. Trapeze is what they're called.
We got
I know
there.
that. I'm an acrobat. And so yeah, that's kind of where he grew up. So
I
there's
love
that.
that you wrote a backstory not only for like 2 mini episodes of an adventure, but also for a world that I gave you like 0 information on. I didn't tell you like anything about this world. That's the kind of dedication I like to see in the world.
And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
How about you, Jason?
I am Jason Pullman. I'm the director of game design at Paizo, and today I am playing Varen One-Eye Jagareth, who is sitting in the corner of the carriage, kind of in the darkest corner with his hat pulled low. He's wearing a long leather duster that's kind of parted at the sides, allowing all of you to clearly make out the very large pistols strapped to his waist. He is thin and lanky, incredibly tall, incredibly rail thin, cold and clammy. He looks like he's sweating, like right through his jacket. He doesn't look well. He looks downright sickly, yeah. I had a backstory for him, but it was tied to Galarian, and it doesn't make any sense now. So,
Yeah, I kind of like ruined your hopes and dreams on that one. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I didn't know that until now, but that's okay. He's a wanderer and a gun for hire. He doesn't need more story than that.
Yeah. What else? You're here to get money and you have a gun. That's what motivation does a man need beyond that? All right.
If you've been traveling with him for any length of time, which I suspect we have, we know each other.
I would like to imagine, for the sake of it's 2 short episodes, convenience. Yeah, you guys all know each other.
Sweet.
Yeah. Then you know that the rest of you know that he's been dead once before and was actually in the process of being buried before he woke back up.
Nice.
Just left him a little off.
Fair enough. Okay, well, for this perfectly normal character down here, we'll come around to Chillyssa, I believe.
Yeah. If you can't tell by my face, I'm a catfolk fighter.
Oh, you're doing cosplay. That's
yeah.
awesome.
No, I know. This is actually just my typical makeup. But I'm playing a fighter. Her name is Ileana. She is also just kind of a nomad. So traveling around doing mercenary stuff. Before she happened upon these lovely people to join them on the quest for the mine. Though she is definitely going to be in the cart pestering them with questions. These cats love attention, man. What are you going to do? Curiosity. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I want to say I didn't tell you this because I didn't want to just burden
You're
you
muted.
guys down
You're
with
muted.
like. No, I clicked into OBS. It's just for you guys. Stream can hear me. The people that matter can hear me. I didn't give you guys a ton of information on the world because I didn't want to burden you with backstory for a world that's not super relevant to a short campaign. But in this world, there are catfolk, there are Amiran, and they are not the standard Galarian, like tall and lithe and lean. They are like lions. They are strong and they are fierce. The fact that you came in here with an 18 strength, absolutely jacked catfolk
Yeah.
fits so perfectly into that because I did not
Yeah.
share that information with you. That's just-
I
He
was
is
hoping you were
jacked.
gonna say I was hoping you were gonna say they went the Garfield route and they're all just fat and they like lasagna.
Aw.
no, they are an extremely prideful people
all right.
by and large. They are like
Mine just-
warriors and gladiators.
I'm a lion that just happens to look like a cheetah, but it's fine.
Like, yeah, big cats are big cats. We're on the right page here. You know, we're doing good. Last but not least, over here, Steve. Over this side, sorry, Steve.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve. I'm playing Thalgrid Hearthkeeper. He is a dwarven sort of alchemist surgeon, but he's pretty gruff. He has 0 bedside manner. I would just as soon throw a bomb at you than actually heal you. So it could be interesting to see how this goes this evening.
Fair enough. as I like to call him in the group chat so far, healer, with giant quotation marks. You've been in this carriage for some time, journeying, I imagine, from one of the larger inner area settlements where you would have found this bounty post. The job, while light on details, was relatively simple. Out here in Greenridge, there is a silver mine, and silver really is the lifeblood of this world. It is the root of some of their most powerful alchemical discoveries. And you may have gleaned, those of you who were quick of wits by the, giant iron mecha wagon that you're riding in to get down here, that alchemy, clockwork machinery has risen up a little more advanced and to fill in some of that void this world may have with its loss of magic, or not so much loss, but the fact that it was never an option. And alchemy really is at the center, at the heart of that. These guys here may pull out a lot more tools than you would expect perhaps a 4th level party to have, because alchemical goods, potions, bombs, elixirs, they're all so commonplace here that they are much cheaper at character creation, you could say, than you would expect them to be. The bounty simply stated there was a problem in this mine and that you were here to investigate a disturbance and a entire shift that had abdicated their duties. Kind of a polite, super rather roundabout way of saying up and vanished. Details beyond that were scarce, save for the reward, which was a pretty hefty sum of 500 gold pieces for what could very possibly be a relatively simple job. As the carriage pulls in, you get a brief view of the village around. It is very centralized around this mine. This is, at its heart, a company town. A settlement that the Silverhand Co. has put out here for the express purpose of digging this mine as deep as possible, plundering this silver, keeping it going as cleanly and as profitably as possible. The folk that live here, almost to a man, live their lives around this career, but they are well provided for. The village is small, it's quite robust. Its buildings very well made, very stout, and very well appointed. The iron carriage brings you in, depositing you near the center of the town, in viewing distance of the looming operation that is the outside of the mine shaft, a depot where many of these smaller iron carriages, almost mine cart-sized facsimiles of the very thing you arrived in, bring the goods to and from below. And a man, a single orc man, stands ready to meet you. You would be faced with this guy right here. He's got pretty dark hair, kind of loosely slicked back out of his forehead, a big, massive scar running all the way from his hairline down over his left eye, his jaw, back under a leather pauldron that he's got crested up on his shoulder, reaching nearly up to his ear. He sits there waiting, clipboard in hand, stogie in the corner of his mouth, and looks up as the four of you disembark. Are you the mercs?
That's
I
us.
shake my head.
We
That's
are.
it.
Jump out of the wagon with a
Yeah.
rattle and clank of bottles.
As you all disembark, you do see a fair amount of hands from around the town coming into the back of this carriage, starting to unload all the goods and the cargo that have been brought with it. And the man kind of eyes you up and down and just motions to group you over. Name's Stryloff. I'll be handling this bounty for you, so you more or less know what you're after here. That mine shaft, well, he just sort of looks at his clipboard. And honestly, I don't really have a ton to go on with this. The whole workforce from a couple of days ago just didn't come out.
What?
That's all it says.
Well, you see, when you got a lack of witnesses really to give any kind of information on what might have happened, it gives you a lack of information to share with the hired help that's coming in to do something about it. Look, they didn't come out, and then obviously that's a big enough of a flaw in the workflow that they sent one of the scout teams down after him, but, well, they didn't come back neither. So, I don't got a single word from anyone that's seen hide or hair of anyone in that mine or been past that threshold in the last couple of days, at least not since I got here. So if you're heavy on questions, I don't really know what to tell you, honestly.
Then we're going in there then.
More or less. All right, real quick, before we get, let's get the simple basic coverage here. Flips a couple of pages on the clipboard. All right, as mercenaries on behalf of the Silver Hand Company, we got a couple of standard policy, just boilerplates I got to go through with you. And he starts ticking off a couple of things as he lists off some simple terms and conditions for your agreement. Any Silver Hand Company property that's found within the mine is to be returned to the company at the end. You are, to the best of your efforts, to protect and salvage any Silver Hand intellectual property or equipment that you may come across. And of course, your primary objective is to head in there, figure out why everyone is suddenly gone, and ensure the mine is safe to continue operations. Oh yeah, and this adventurer clause, I suppose, down here, you guys are mercs, this is going to be relevant, so pay attention. Any tavern talk, stories for friends and family later, bardic performances based on this in the light of your career going forward from this cannot include any proprietary information to the Silver Hand Company. Understood? That's considered a breach of contract. We don't have to send the guys after you. It's a big mess.
Seems pretty standard to me.
Yeah, it's all pretty
I like our-
straightforward.
Good odds going in there, though. I think we'll do well.
Well, you're the first
You
group
got 'em.
we've sent, so really, I mean, I don't have much to say about this. And he stops and just again looks at the clipboard for a second, looks back at the group of you. Admittedly, a little bit weird. They're turning right to outside mercs like you guys. That's well, never mind. I'm sure it's probably fine.
I kind of sidle up to the foreman. Just
We
kind
can go
of
with
look at
foreman.
him under the brim, and I'm like, "You got a map?"
I got a map. It's a mine shaft. You kind of head in there and you follow the tracks that these Mindy's carriages follow. It'll head you down to the main depot, and then, well, I imagine from there it can't be too complicated. Well, I look like I work here.
Yeah.
Wait, do you not? Wait, hang on. Wait. I thought you did.
Well, I'm not okay. I'm not from here. You know, I'm a company handler basically. You travel around solving problems, putting out fires and whatnot like this. I ain't from Greenridge. I don't live here. I don't know nothing about this particular mine. They sent me down here to do a job just like you lot showing up to do a job. You get paid, I get paid, everyone's happy.
We're all just a bunch of contractors here, I think.
Yeah,
I think I
that's-
understand.
That's
Yeah.
pretty accurate. Yeah, that's not wrong. It's contractors all the way down.
It's just all the way down.
There any miners left we can talk to about the joint?
So the way this here particular mine works with Greenridge, it's a pretty small one really, and you can see this ain't a very large town. They'll have a ton going for it really. It's just kind of a day shift, and they don't really have the manpower to keep it going outside of that. You get the feeling that based on the amount he's reading and the amount he's saying, there's perhaps a little bit more to that he doesn't feel pertinent or particularly compelled to share.
Can I,
I want to give
Okay,
him a
and-
nice, long, cold, hard, intimidating stare.
Fair enough. You want to give me one of those intimidate checks there?
Eh. 16.
16, that's all right. You look at him. He looks at you. He sees it. He's not particularly moved.
So
What?
you're saying there's no one here that we can talk to that's been in the mine?
I mean, there's probably some folk around here that have been down there at some point, and I'm sure there's a bunch of setup guys and big heads back at base that installed all the equipment. But like I said, Greenridge ain't much. Honestly, it's barely still even
Apparently.
operational before this.
interesting.
I turn and look back at the rest of you, just shaking my head like, this is
Something's
a
not right.
mess. Yeah. This something's not right.
Does anybody else want to
Yeah.
attempt a diplomacy or an intimidate or something here?
Well,
He prompts
I'm gonna-
I mean,
questioningly.
I'm gonna think that the intimidation side didn't work, right?
Fair.
So Sirhane's gonna kind of sidle his way up, slide through, lively. Looks amazing, by the way. His shoulders flowing like water.
We should
And he's
talk.
gonna
We
kinda
should
walk
stop
up-
for a second in there and just talk about. It's not just Sirhane. It is Dan. You are a beautiful man, Dan. Look at how handsome this gentleman is here in the camera next to me. This is definitely not one of the 3 talking points that Dan gave me that I had to cover on the Syrinscape stream
How much
today.
is he paying you?
We were doing fine. Why did you have to keep going? Like, we'll just clip that last part out. We'll just clip it out. It's fine. I do the editing, so watch the VOD later. It'll
live.
sound amazing.
it's fine.
I was given like 3 things to cover here. And speaking of, this music and everything you're going to be hearing in the background, of course, is coming in through Syrinscape. We're running this on Foundry today because that's the platform that I personally am familiar with, and it has a plugin called Siren Control that lets you link into your Syrinscape account, use whatever sound sets that you have access to or have built directly through the Foundry player, and it's pretty neat, actually. It's really easy. Not having to tab out to a different program is actually a great service of streamlining.
There we go.
But anyway,
And
go ahead.
and
Jeff.
pause for clip.
Dad, it's great. We need Squiiddish to be on our Wednesday show because he actually stays on topic. I mean, this is something we're not used to.
Yeah, that is actually very
I
true.
do my best. I try really hard.
All right, so getting back to the whole thing. He's going to see that it didn't quite work very well with the whole intimidation thing, so he's going to slide up and he straightens his armor a little bit. And he kind of gets himself ready. He's like, okay, hey, first of all, hi, thank you so much for doing all this paperwork. That's amazing, by the way. Hey, so really quick, and he's just going to try to be like a diplomacy check on this thing. So he's going to, talk about how difficult work is, and I understand all the work you're doing, but also we'll be doing a lot of work too. So anything we can do to make that faster, it's going to be better for you because then, less pay, all of that kind of stuff. And he just is like motor mouthing this whole thing. Like he is not slowing down at all.
Fair enough. Give me a diplomacy check, Sirhane. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Ooh. That rolled right off my screen region, but it's a 19 on the die for a 27. You find this approach to be much more effective with good old Straloff here. And he looks and kind of nods, and his expression softens a little bit. All right. Look, I'm going to level with you guys, and we'll just be real straight and plain, okay? You came all the way out here for, well, gods know what reason. Like I said, between you and me, I don't even know why the Silver Hand Company is bothering putting a bounty up on Greenridge. This site ain't been profitable for years. I suppose it's to some degree a grandfathered in, I guess. It's kind of here because it's always been here. This is supposedly one of the original silver mines that the company had back when ignition was discovered in the first place. So it was once a big staple, and now it's like a damn museum here. For some reason, they're real dedicated to keeping appearances up about it. But look, I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of things that could have happened. Workforce disappearing ain't unheard of. Caves collapse. Sometimes you have some mishandling at the ignition depot, people not following protocol, and that's a little bit related to the first thing. But then when a scout team that goes in after disappears too, well, then that gets a little interesting. My first thought's trolls, probably. We are up in the mountains, after all. That's just my thought. On the one hand, I can't think of anything else that would make any sense, but on the other hand, if it was trolls, I'd imagine they would have rampaged their way out into the damn town, too, and the rest of this is all standing fine and dandy. Look, if I knew what the answer was, I'd be telling you. I'm not trying to string you along on purpose. I'm just trying to get a job done the same as you lot.
Well, thanks for the information.
I'm going to turn to the party and I'll be like, what do you think? On the one hand,
I'm
you sound like
busy
you're telling the
scanning
truth.
around. Does this town have a saloon?
I'm sure it does. It is a company town, but it's still a town. They live here, and as I said, they're pretty well provided for. So it would have, for a town this size, an overlarge and very well-appointed saloon/bar, complete with the big swinging flapping doors. We're on the frontier here. We're on the edges.
Yeah, no.
I love it. That's perfect for a gunslinger, right, Jason?
Yeah, that. As a matter of fact, that's where I'm walking right now. Just left.
He just walks
I was
on.
going to kind of turn to look to Sir Hayden, kind of like, well, if it's the ignition, they would have felt the blast.
Well,
So it can't be that.
yeah, probably. If it was something of that scale enough to bring down a cave, I imagine someone out here would have noticed something. I don't know. Like I said, it's just the best idea I got, but I'll admit it is a bit of a weird one. I mean, freak accidents happen from time to time. This mine, it's old. It does run pretty deep. It's, I guess, possible it runs deep enough that something could happen and it wouldn't cause any notable tremors up here on the surface. No, nothing out of the ordinary anyway, but I mean, I ain't a mine technician. I ain't an engineer. I come out here with a clipboard and I pay people to fix stuff.
Actually, this is going to take some musing over an ale.
Well, I think your buddy's way ahead of you on that one. Get what you need, but don't dawdle too long. Make sure, I guess, he just kind of looks down towards Sirhain, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed little rogue that you are. Well, if you at least pack in some torches or some alchemical fire or something, if it is trolls, you're gonna want something to be able to burn them back with. Those buggers hate fire, and short of that, they can take damn near anything. That's what I hear.
I got some worms ready to meet them.
So, are the group you following?
I'm in
Along.
the saloon. I've ordered a shot for each of us.
Yeah, I'm heading towards. Ileana's heading towards the saloon.
As the group you join, Varin, is how you say it, over here in the saloon. It's pretty much a ghost town. With this having been a city predicated entirely on one mining operation, the disappearance of that mining operation and almost everyone that's left currently unloading the carriage in which you arrived means there is nobody in here save for the barkeep himself, who is already pouring out a couple of shots for your gunslinger buddy here.
Do you happen to have milk?
I'm sorry?
Milk? Do you serve milk here?
Do you see any cows?
I'm sorry, no, we are somewhat want for livestock in the region. There's not much that keeps up here in the mountains. We have what we're able to port in, usually pre-bottled and pre-kegged. I can offer you a
Well,
beer
whiskey,
and
then.
ale, a whiskey. We
Alright.
could perfectly well do.
She's gonna hiss, be like, whiskey's fine.
I've got the line of whiskeys on the bar by the time you all arrive, and I'm just
Man's like 4
I've
deep.
already put down one.
The group of you get a round of whatever available, less perishable than milk drinks you desire. And before long, are left all but alone here at the bar with a moment to kind of plan. You didn't get much information from Straloff, but if any of you are trained in, I would say, society or survival, or those are probably the two, unless someone's got like a relevant lore to know about the mining operations or the company or perhaps trolls even. You might be able to think about some useful knowledge while you're plotting here. I'd take nature too.
Yeah. I'll go for survival, I guess. Actually, nature. Nature for the core knowledge on the trolls.
Okay. And right above the chat box in Foundry, you can just switch that to blind GM roll, so you have no idea how hard you critically failed and what I'm about to tell you.
Cool.
I'm just looking at the rest of you, and I'm like, that man's a fool who knows nothing.
Yeah.
We're going into this one blind.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I
was
like our odds.
I ran sprint into the DC by level table. I thought you critically failed. It was so close, but it's just a regular failure.
no.
So you don't know anything more about trolls beyond what Strolif had told you, which in...
Do we have any reason to believe there are trolls other than the fact that he's like, trolls like mountains, I guess? Is that it? Is that literally what we're going off of?
Give me a society check. I would also take a nature check. Doesn't need to be blind, just for like area knowledge. Either of those.
I'd like to do a society check.
Oh, hit me, Sir Hayden. What do you know?
I don't know. Let's see. This will be that, and then this will be that, and that.
We've
What
been
do I
told
know?
trolls by a guy who hasn't been down there, who doesn't know
Okay.
what happened,
Sir
who
Hayden,
just got here.
You would know that you're pretty far out into the mountains of the east here. So you're a decent ways out from most of the centers of society, most of the main cities down near the coast, down near the ocean. The more inland you go, the less settled everything is. And out here in these ranges, trolls they're an entire empire. You will have heard certainly of what's just been dubbed basically the Troll Wars, which were the cause of a great many dwarven societies migrating out of the mountains and joining up with the western coastal kingdoms, joining up with the alchemical regencies that you all would hail from. It is very much a massive threat the further east you go.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it doesn't seem
Interesting.
like there's much for it other than to go down there and see what there is to see.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anything else out about it.
If it is trolls, they won't be killing themselves. Damn whiskey.
I doubt they'd be sticking to the mine, but I suppose we can go find out.
Yeah.
The group of you gather together and head out towards the opening of the mine. Now, rather than just a hole in the side of a mountain, this is a mechanical masterpiece, a depot, with a huge amount of machinery, cranes, carts full of cargo, smaller carriages, and docks for not just massive metal crates, but huge tanks as well, labeled with all kinds of caution stripes and warnings about their instability and their general reactivity. This is a silver mine, and it works in ignition. One of the most incredible alchemical discoveries this world has had. All of you would be familiar with it. It's fairly recent, something that was only discovered a little over 100 years ago, and still, seemingly monthly, if not weekly, its boundaries are being pushed. A ridiculously reactive substance that serves to exacerbate the properties of nearly any alchemical concoction or reaction is combined with. At its most basic level, it's almost a sort of proto-fuel. It can be used in small quantities, combined with simple reactions to burn much more. Well, it doesn't even necessarily burn so much as just amplifies a combustive reaction that's already happening to move things like these huge carriages. It is infinitely valuable, so valuable that silver coins would have been pulled entirely out of circulation a couple of generations ago because it's just too valuable to use as currency anymore. This depot is a mishmash of interlocking tracks, platforms, and storage, but it is devoid of anything out of the ordinary or interesting. So into the mine itself you would
You
go.
say without being interesting, Thargoid is like a kid in a candy shop with all of these vats full of chemicals, and he's going along, big smile on his face, tapping on the containers to see how full they are. And
Fair. I guess. I mean, interesting in the context of the investigation, not in any way in terms of what you personally would find incredibly interesting to look at. It is, for you as an alchemist, almost a remnant of an older time. And much like Strolif would have said, this is very, very old depot and a very old mine. A lot of the technology and methods that you see here are near obsolete today, things that have been developed around and technologically outpaced. So it's almost like he said, it is almost like a museum.
They use dynamite or anything like that in mining?
They certainly would. I mean, with such easy access to alchemy and gunpowder, blowing away large chunks of rock is super viable. So yeah, surely they would.
Is there any of that sitting around?
Why don't you roll me a perception check?
I can roll you a perception check. I'd be
Who's
happy.
surprised? Who's
Immediately
surprised?
to
Bull man
explosions.
going for the explosives.
Who would have guessed?
I don't know what you're talking about.
on.
I just rolled that in public. That's terrible. It's a 12.
Well, I mean,
I
you
don't see
can
nothing.
public roll. It's not knowledge. You can just public roll that. Yeah,
Yeah.
12. Looking around, if there were, it looks like most of the supplies and everything that would have been used in day-to-day operations at this point have been moved away from the site. It's been cleaned up as well as it can while the mine isn't functioning. Things have been brought inside, restored, kept safe for when the mine reopens. Hopefully, when you guys
They
are
don't
done
just
here.
leave the dynamite out for miscreants.
They do
to
not, in
play
fact,
with. I
just leave the
understand.
dynamite out for you to just scoop. Damn
I
shame.
guess I understand. Tight-fisted GM over here. All right.
As you head in, I believe about 50% of you guys have dark vision, but I personally am no large fan of having to dedicate a hand to a torch forever, so I would say it's perfectly reasonable that all of you would have belt lanterns that you could use that would functionally output the same light as a torch, but don't require any hands to operate. It's just a simple ill-fed lantern that you can carry along with you, illuminating the path ahead, following a pair of tracks that would lead through this wide open first area of the mine. You wouldn't have to travel terribly long, probably just 3-4 minutes into the mine, before you would come to the back end of the depot that you had located out front. Now this depot sure fares a little bit differently from the one outside. This is a packaging plant. This is where the ignition is prepped and loaded into the iron carriages, 4 of which would still be here at the depot. 2 of them on the pairs of tracks leading out, 2 on storage tracks out to the side. But there is a lot of, again, obsolete but complex alchemical machinery, as well as huge hoppers, grinders, and processors for stone and ore. Much of it has been drastically damaged. It looks like it has been smashed with extreme force. Perhaps, troll-like force. But there's a little bit more than that. It's not just battered, it's burned. There are blackened scorch marks across the stone floor, seared into the walls, soot charred across the outside of a lot of this machinery. As we come into the mine proper, we're going to pivot here to exploration mode. Why don't we go around and everyone gives me, what are you focusing on right now? What is your character's primary goal? Are you looking around for clues? Are you looking out for danger? Are you trying to stay stealthy? What is it you're doing as you head in here? We'll go the other way around. We'll start with Steve this time.
Yes, I'm going to go in with an investigation. I'm intrigued by the scorch marks. I want to try to find out kind of the ignition point, what's kind of caused them.
Fair enough. Chillyssa?
I would also like to, or Ileana's also going to be investigating just to kind of see if there's any more clues so we can find what caused all this damage.
Fair enough. I guess it would be easier if I will remember them better if I say your character name so far in.
Varen is
Varen.
scouting.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out for danger and ready to alert the party if he sees any.
Gun at the ready, I assume.
No.
No, not out yet. I haven't seen any immediate signs of danger. All right, then how about you, Sirhan?
I don't need to have a gun out. I'm fine.
You don't want your gun out in the highly volatile ignition depot? Are you sure?
Not worried. I've been dead
him
once.
time.
This
It'll
doesn't scare me.
There.
I was also going to be scouting, but maybe I'll just do what, like sneaking, I guess. I'll just try to look out for because wait, is scouting the one where you're looking out for traps?
Scouting is the one where
No.
you are getting an initiative bonus. Looking out for traps
Yes.
is searching, which currently
Searching. I'll be
nobody was
searching.
doing. Okay.
I'll
okay.
be searching.
Man, you don't. Yeah, you are gonna give me a party where nobody searches and traps just go off. All right, fine. I guess we'll. Fine. I guess I'll give you guys checks for things before they happen.
Squiiddish is like, are you letting me play on easy mode? What the hell's going on? Come on.
Just gonna let me do it to you like that? Okay. Ileana and Thalgrid, as you are both investigating, why don't you two give me either a crafting or a nature check? And you can just public roll
GM roll.
these.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's perfect. Love that. Love it.
Got a nat 1 from Ileana and a 3 on the die from Thalgrid. The
One
two
of those
of,
nights.
the two of you looking around, this, I mean, obviously it's damaged. It's extremely heavily damaged, but ignition is a degree of volatile. It's one of its primary uses is fuel. The physical damage, the bludgeoning that has been done to these devices, the storage, these processing units, could very easily and logically have caused leaks that could have caught fire and caused a lot of this scorching and this burning. Let me get a perception check from Serhane.
Yes. And that's in the front page, right? Yep.
Yep.
Did that work?
It's been like 3 years at TUI, and I still get confused about where perception lives because my soul wants it to be in the skills.
Hang on, I had to,
Old
I had to
habits die
reopen
hard.
my character sheet. Okay, I'm
Okay.
not gonna have it pop out. That keeps dying on me.
Okay. Wow.
Look who rolled bigger than a 3. Huh?
I mean,
Oh, rolls.
your result was
I feel
the same.
intimidated by your awesomeness.
Good job there, champ.
Hey, you can't talk crap on them when you both got 14s. You had the same outcome. You didn't even do better. You guys better step these rolls up. It's gonna be a real short session.
Yeah, I wasted my one natural 20 earlier testing out the die, so it's fine.
Serhane, as you look through the depot, with a 14, you can see that what happened here, it looks like it was a pretty abrupt flurry of activity. None of the scorch marks of the soot look like they have settled any longer than any of the rest, and to be fair, this whole disappearance, this whole development of the mine is only a couple of days old. So there's little that would give you much information about what caused this, really. It's just the aftermath.
Okay.
Can I take a look around? I'm actually quite skilled at crafting as well, just being able to make
Fair
my own
enough.
bullets
You
and stuff.
feel comfortable that nothing is immediately going to jump out at you, so you can give me a crafting check as well.
22.
That's what we're looking for. With a 22, your keen, singular eye sees that this is not seemingly as simple as it appears. A lot of the patterns of the scorch marks on the floor, they don't appear to originate from the ignition tanks or the processing equipment. It doesn't look like gouts of flame or jets of liquid shot out of them. It looks like they were set off from somewhere else, something nearer the middle of the shaft, something that was moving. You don't know of any trolls that can breathe fire.
Well,
Well, I don't like that.
I don't like this at all.
I'll let the others know. Look at these scorch marks, and I'll kind of paint the picture. And kind of do the like get down on one knee and touch the soot and rub it between my fingers.
Sergey kneels down next to him and nods like he knows what he's looking at.
I'll take a
Yeah.
closer
Oh, I
look.
see. I see.
So looking down with Varen pointing this out, looking for a source rather than just kind of dismissing it as obvious. Algrid, yeah, that what he says makes sense to you. And it looks like the source of a lot of these fires again was something that was moving through the middle of the cavern. Something that was producing a fairly impressive amount of flame based on the damage. With that, though, there doesn't look to be much else here yet. While unsettling, it doesn't give you any more information about what the problem is, just a little bit about what it isn't.
He's right. Whatever caused these flames was moving. Keep your eyes about you.
The group of you head further down into the mine, and I assume, Baron, you're gonna resume scouting, probably.
Yeah.
As you continue deeper, now that you have passed the main tracks, you head to the back end of the depot, and here is where the mine starts to open up. Being an old mine, it's not just deep, it's expansive and almost labyrinthine. It's a mine that has followed numerous splitting veins of silver, different directions, all through the area. And back in its heyday, it was massive. You come into the center of this complex to see that the devastation in the area continues. Support beams that have been obliterated, standing stone walls that look like they have been crunched entirely through, craters of rock missing from the ground underneath your feet. More scorch marks spread about, but still no obvious source. As you move through into this main chamber, you move past the last of this processing and depot. And the main area here is logistical. It's where equipment was probably stored. It's where the ore and the stone itself were all carted up from deeper within to begin its processing. And as you arrive, looking around, at first, still, there's no sign of anything. But then, very, very abruptly, an explosion of activity. A wall to your right, down to the southeast, stone crumbles and blasts outward. The group of you see a figure emerge, a shape step forth from behind this. A towering creature, about probably 10 foot tall, seemingly carved of stone. It looks like a statue, but a statue that is moving of its own volition. And as it crunches through this wall, its head, clearly dwarven, a huge interlinked, almost geometric braided beard carved onto it, pivots the sound of sliding stone to face your direction. As it sees you, just nothing to 100, real quick, I'm gonna put everyone on the initiative table.
Yay!
Oh man.
You guys can roll me some initiative. Those of you who cannot see it, because you do not have dark vision, you are sad.
Yeah, I can't.
It is right. You
cat eyes are
can
failing me.
certainly hear it. It's right outside the range of your torches down here to the southeast.
I'm going to use my 10 paces ability, which allows me to draw a gun and get a bonus on my initiative.
Ooh. The
Oh,
draw
wait,
a free
you know
gun
what?
and you get a bonus on your initiative. That sounds fantastic.
Squid, I have something that gives everybody a bonus to initiative.
Oh, do you?
You were scouting as well, weren't you?
No,
Scouting
Jason
gives
was
everyone-
scouting.
Scouting gives everyone a +1.
I have it's called Scout's Warning is a feat that I have.
Okay. So what does it give everyone?
A +1 circumstance bonus to initiatives.
Yeah, it's not going to stack.
I don't
with
think that
the
stacks
scouting
with the
bonus.
Okay.
yeah, the
Okay,
scouting.
that's
Fair enough.
We all get it.
Ileana, have you rolled yours?
Oh, that was not initiative. That was
You
perception.
go in. There you go.
Oh
Alrighty,
no.
solid. We
Okay,
got a
well.
15, a 15, a 19, a 27, and this golem. It's a 13, actually. I rolled terribly. It's, real, real big and loud, and it's real obvious. And as it smashes into the wall and turns your direction, it crashes through a bunch of the machinery further back in this central processing area, shattering a couple of tanks, punching a couple of pipes out of the way. And you immediately have near all of your questions answered in the span of about 1 second, as a gout of flame seems to puff out from one of its balled fists. This burst of flame hits one of the pipes that's crumpled. And you see that flame race along the walls, through the mechanisms of the area, and erupt out from the area behind you where you had just come from. This passageway here you just entered from is a glut of surging, bubbling, burning ignition. Steve, you're up first. What do you do?
Yeah, it's one of those times I really regret rolling so high. I guess I'll move. Well, I can't actually move my token.
Are you on select? So if you're on select or on ruler,
Yeah, I'm on target, that's why.
there you go.
5, 10.
We have a little bit of Foundry learning this session. It's okay. You got a ruler too. It's the third button down there.
What?
You can use it to measure, and then you can hit space, and it'll automatically move your token from where you are to the end of your measurement too. So you don't have to worry about like manual counting.
Brilliant. So yeah, so Falcon's gonna kind of like charge out, bellowing out a war cry, and I'm gonna throw a acid flask at this thing.
He's running straight headed. My man's going for it. All right.
Oh, let's go.
Give me an attack roll.
Target. Come on. Well. 22. That's a miss.
22 isn't gonna do it. 22, you're gonna
No.
throw this, and like the rubble of the wall it's crashing through is a huge pile of debris that as you're so quick dashing into this that it's still got a bunch of detritus in front of it when you throw. But with your acid flask just regularly missing, it's still going to splash onto the creature. And as it does, you're going to see the acid that comes out of it kind of sizzle and set and bubble into its form. It is a stone statue. And, stone doesn't historically do fantastically against acid. You see it kind of stumble and catch, and it is clearly slowed by this.
Okay. And I do have quick bomb, so I still have one action left, and I'm going to use that to not be standing out in the open.
That's probably also a good idea. That's smart. I like that. I like where your head's at. All right, Dan, how about you?
Well, I mean, I don't really know what. You know what? Here's what I'll do. Let's see. Let's see if I can make this work. What is?
Looks like 55 feet to me.
Okay. Can I just pull out my bow and try to shoot it with an arrow?
I don't see why not.
I'm gonna give that a shot. Let's see. Okay, go to here. Go there. I can't target it. Why not? Oh, bullseye. That's the one.
It
Bam.
could also work if you
All
just
right.
if you just select it. It should work too.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about the
and-
targeting.
Okay. And then let's just let's do that. No, let's do that.
Oh,
go.
All right.
One way to start.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely, you can do that with a natural 20. What a shot.
Does it automatically do damage? I gotta roll damage.
So
right?
you roll the damage. You see there's a button that says damage and a button that says critical. If you hit the critical, it'll automatically do the fatal on your bow and everything.
Big nabbit. Okay. So that. Let's see.
You roll damage
and
for
then-
your +1 dagger, not for your bow.
Oh, dag. Okay.
Just click
Okay,
the
hang on.
crit in
Can you
the
take
chat
that out?
box at the bottom of the attack you just rolled. There's a damage and a critical button, just like right there. You don't have to do anything. There
There
you
we
go.
What?
Oh,
You did that on purpose. You did that on
Wow,
purpose, Squid.
significantly less.
Squid, this will not stand. Squiddish,
Oh.
you did that on purpose.
We're
No,
gonna
because
need
I don't
people
have
to
the
get in the comments.
because I don't have the chat
Alright.
box on the screen
Look,
region.
if you're just gonna cheat these rolls like that, I'm not even here, man. I don't know what you want from me.
He rolled a 1, doubled it, and rolled a fatal for a 1. It's a crit for 3 damage. Oh, 4th
Who
level
did-
characters, by the way.
You
Dan,
could
who
use
did you have
foul
upset?
language that would have done more damage.
Oh, you could just like spit on him. I think it would have done more than that.
Yeah.
So you shoot what looks like it's a beautiful shot, honestly. This arrow sails perfectly towards this golem, but as it hits right square center mass, it just glances off completely harmlessly.
Dang.
Okay. Is that one action?
One action to draw it, one action to shoot it, so you should have got 1 left.
Is this rough terrain stuff right here?
The places where there are visible craters, yeah, it says the rough terrain. Difficult
Okay.
terrain.
Yeah, difficult terrain. Okay. I'm going to. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna move. Wait, nope. Hang on. There we go. I'm gonna move over here.
Fair enough. He backs off. Good, sees that gets a little distance. Understandable.
Yes.
So, Varen.
So I get to do a 10-foot movement for free on my first action. So I'm going to go ahead and pop over to there. Due to 10 paces.
Fair enough.
My first action, I'm going to go ahead and move and get myself a bit closer here. Let me go there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pistol twirl and feint.
Okay. All right, that's neat.
I'm going to distract him by coming rolling on up, and I'm going to attempt to feint. $21 against Will DC.
21 against Will DC. What's your Will DC, Mr. Golem Man? 21 is not quite going to do it.
right.
As this thing looks at you, it seems like it's got a pretty well focused just on the movement in front of it.
All right. Well, the last thing I'll do is, with my drawed double-barrel pistol, I'm going to go ahead and shoot him.
Makes sense to me.
So let me go ahead and target. There we go. Armor class
Ooh.
25
That'll do her. Give me some
Nice.
damage.
Yeah.
for 5.
Nice damage. All right, solid. This bullet fires out, and this, as it's still emerging from the wall, all of you reacting pretty much in tandem in a flurry of movement here. The arrow, the bomb, the bullet. You see the dust start to settle around this thing as a little bit of its just a bit fizzled away from the acid and see it's not entirely stone. The front chest of this statue looks like a plate of metal, carved like humanoid flesh, like a chest, like a stomach, and then the front of its arms as well. But this metal doesn't look to be the iron or steel of much of the depot. It's a strange, shimmering, almost like a silvery black color. And your bullet hits it. You hear it ting, say a little spark, but not even a dent left afterwards. Brings us to Ileana.
That's a problem.
All right. Well, I'm going to move up closer to it. Coffee, I love you. Get out of my face. Okay, I'm gonna move a bit closer. I'm gonna draw my shield and sword, short sword. Let's see.
Hey, Jason, you can finally answer this for me. Is it 2 actions to draw a sword and a shield? Because I have always just given you 1 action to draw 2 weapons. Is it supposed to be 2?
Yep.
Okay, I thought so, but I give everyone, if you are dual wielding or sword and board, you draw your weapons as an action, and you get this same courtesy here. Jason being here doesn't mean I have to follow the rules. So you have 1 action left.
All right.
You're the boss man. It's all good.
Well,
I'll judge you later.
You can judge me now. It's fine. It's still 1 action.
I'll take
all
it.
right. I'm gonna. Well, crap. I can't really hit them from here. Curse.
With your shield out, yeah, he's a little away from you. It
Yeah.
seems like there's little you can do other than raise it. Just
Yeah,
kinda
that's
hope for
pretty
the
much
best.
what I'm gonna do. Hope for the best, and then that'll be my turn.
This creature lumbers forth out from the gap as Ileana runs up, just throwing this steel plate up in front of her to try to defend herself. But this thing towers over you, and you are, I don't know how small of a cat you are, but in general, the cats are a bit
5'2".
bigger than most. Oh, pretty small cat, fair enough. Absolutely
didn't know.
towers over you then.
I didn't realize they were so much bigger in this world.
The thing having to stoop a bit, even here in the relatively spacious mine shafts, it looks like at its full height it would be nearly 12 feet tall. And you still see little sparks and gouts of flame just occasionally sputtering out from its hands as it raises one clenched fist up and just brings it down in a very kind of labored mechanical motion towards you. It is going to roll a 22 to hit.
Yeah, I have 22 AC.
With your shield up?
With my shield, I think so. Am I reading that wrong? It says AC 22, shield.
I believe the shield takes you to 24, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I think
Is it
you're-
supposed to change my AC automatically?
Did you
on
do well? Because Raise's shield is an action. There's probably a way to do it in Foundry, but 22 should be your base.
So that's my
AC.
base one.
Yeah, so you should be
that's
at
my base
24 and just be
Okay.
able to shunt this to the side. The acid
yeah.
clinging to this thing really seems to be slowing it down. But even as it lumbers in with this first blow, you can feel this would be a very powerful hit were it to land. And you're not confident in your ability to deflect the second one as it kind of shakes off this acid and recovers from the slowed condition. Steve, back at the top.
Yes, I'm going to try again with that acid because it seemed to have a good effect. So I move forward slightly. lob the bomb at it.
Putracy Dual resubbed on
Give me a
coffee.
throw.
That absolute legend. Maverick 29 resubbed on coffee. That absolute legend.
My coffee notifications are going off
Come on.
because they're not an OBS. They're just on my computer.
Oh,
Ooh.
Dang.
can I hero point? I'm gonna hero
Hero
point.
point. Give it to me. Give me a hero point.
That. Hero point it. Come on.
Throw it in there. All you gotta
Uh,
do is not critically miss. You can regular miss.
No whammies,
Yeah.
no whammies, no whammies.
Sorry, I just need to increase the quant. Oh, so I've got one back.
Yeah, try hard and believe in yourself.
Come on. Actions.
There is if you right click in the chat, there is just reroll. You can just
Oh, okay.
right click reroll.
That'll be easier.
Yeah, most of the things. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
All you had to do was not critically miss.
that's terrible.
Mission
Can we
failed.
get a new alchemist? This one's broken.
You pitch this thing, and with this massive golem, as it kind of lurches forward and comes down towards Ileana, you see the fist come down, and you see a little glass vial just go woo right over this thing's shoulder into the darkness.
Shake her head.
You go, "What?"
This is in no way me getting my revenge back on you, Chillyssa, for the number of times you set me on fire.
One
Don't think that's the case.
funny.
That's fair.
We're struggling out here.
And yeah, I think I'm just gonna blip back behind there in shame.
Understandable. Brings us back to Sirhane.
All right. I'm going to go. Let's see. What was it? It's this, and it's. Bam.
Solid. We're coming to
And I'm
grips
gonna
with
take-
the foundry. It's working.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying. And I'm gonna take a shot with my bow. After I target it. There we go.
You can
And
also
then-
just, yeah, you can target it. Just click on it. It's selected either way.
Okay. And then blammo. Oh, blammo.
Blammo. Ooh, not quite
Uh,
as blammo as last time,
That was almost a one.
but it wasn't. But it's the same result functionally, as that arrow again is just kind of clip off the braided, interwoven, big geometric beard that's carved into this thing, looking like a massive, looming 12-foot dwarf with a wide, almost square iron helmet set on its head. Its
Okay.
head kind of pivots and looks towards you and Varen.
Boy, I'm not.
You got one left.
Yeah. I'm going to. You know what? I think I'm gonna move off over here.
Okay, you
That's
move
my. That's
a
my
little
plan.
a little bit of cover. Speaking of Varen, that's you, my friend.
Yeah. I am going to. We'll start off by running reload, which allows me to stride. So I'll come over here so that I don't have to worry about any cover. And that'll reload my gun. Just getting it back to the full 2 shots.
Fair.
And I'll try it one more time. I'll try and pistol twirl again.
All right, give me
And we'll
that
try and deception again. Yep. Here we go.
Oh, that'll do it.
26.
That'll do it. It's
At least one of us is hitting.
yeah, its focus is towards you and Sirhane as you're together, and then as you move apart, it looks like it moves the track Sirhane, but you kind of distract it, and it looks like its focus is a little split, and it's going to be flat-footed to your shot.
And I'm going to go ahead and take that shot. Armor class 20 is not going to do it.
Oh, it's close, but it's not. That bullet's just gonna hit again, right into the solid metal plate of this thing's arm, and just glance.
I'm going to hero point it.
Okay, hero pointed. Let me put
Let's
that flat-footed
go,
back on.
Ooh,
There it is.
heck yeah.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Armor
That'll
class.
absolutely do it.
32.
32 has turned your miss into a critical hit.
Oh,
That's what we wanna
nice,
see.
man.
There we go.
Heck yeah.
There we go.
Gun
Let's
crit.
do some of this.
Mm-hmm.
13 damage.
Ooh. 13 damage. All right. I misspoke. I said your bullet glanced off that shining metal on the inside of its arm. What I meant to say was that your bullet went directly down at the up towards the jaw of this thing as its head was pivoting, and you see your bullet hit and embed right below the carved mouth. And then a second
yeah.
later, just fall out. Its impact having been so minor, the bullet didn't even stay in the stone. That is going to be fully resisted.
So it took nothing.
Did not get past its DR, no.
Ew.
Oh no.
Well,
Seeing a couple of these hits glance what feels like absolutely harmlessly off this thing's form, you start to feel like you may lack means to damage it effectively without some incredible luck. But the way you came in is still a bubbling, burning inferno of ignition. Do you have any actions? You got one left, don't you?
I still have one left. Boy, drawing an alchemist fire really doesn't seem like it's going to do much. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and draw my short sword,
Fair enough.
just to have that out. That'll be the end of my turn.
Ileana, then you've seen the kind of damage that Varen and Serhane can do with their gun and their bow, and you've seen how potent Thalgrid's acid is. None of this seems to be doing anything.
anything. Yeah, I think that we should probably head out.
With the
But
way
I
you,
don't know.
you
I'm
got
sorry.
two options. The way you came from looks like it is exceptionally dangerous, and probably not a wonderful idea to try to dive through. Possibly as lethal, if not more so, than this thing. That said, you are at kind of the conflux of the whole of the area. You could go anywhere in the mine from here, but you would be running deeper into the mine.
Okay. Yeah, that's always the safe option.
If only we had a map.
I know, right?
Holy Straloff wasn't freaking useless.
Freaking contractors, man. All right. All right. I'm gonna walk or run quickly, briskly walk. So small. I guess this way. I don't know if we want to go further straight down.
As you
There
move.
is something over here, right? I can't
Yes,
see hardly anything.
Oh, how's not having dark vision treating you?
I know, right?
This looks like
God.
the back end of the room, but you can see that around to your left, what was once a wall is bashed away and leads to what looks like one of the main shafts of the mine up around to your left. You could certainly take 2 more actions to just keep moving that direction.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna move.
I guess either of those ways around behind that wall, kind of where Thalgrid is. He's off towards the main shaft.
Okay. Oh, man. Is there a way to turn up the freaking the font? Because I cannot hardly. I feel so
Yeah, I
old. I
can't-
cannot read this.
It's in
I can
it's
get
in the
so close
settings.
to it.
It's in the
Okay.
settings. I'll show you in a sec. It is very tiny. It could definitely serve to be much larger.
Can I make the font bigger?
I feel like I have to get so close to my screen.
As these bullets and arrows just glance off this statue, this golem, you see Ileana lower her shield and just bolt past all of you. Just takes off. Golem turns its attention.
As you run past, leaving me being the closest person, I just go, well.
And Welp is right, my good sir.
Yeah.
It turns your direction, its fist still kind of down in the ground where it had been shunted up by Ileana. You see it continuing to sputter and spark with fire. It lifts it back up, almost just a chunking reverse of the motion it had just done. But as it does, this fire surges in a blast, a gout of flame, surging out in a cone in front of it, which is absolutely hitting Varen and nobody else. So Varen, I need you to make me a reflex save, sir. And wow, thank you for all those gift subs, Night Trace. That's real kind of you. May they bless this
awesome.
reflex save.
Night Trace.
They didn't really
Yeah.
bless the
Come on.
reflex save.
20.
20? It's a regular failure.
Oh, good.
You are
My favorite
fortunately
kind.
kind of back on the edge of this fire here. It doesn't look like it reaches much further than where you are. But it is... Wow, that was a high roll. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. You are in the exact center of this fire, where there is as much fire as physically possible, according to the
all right.
damage that I just rolled.
And good.
As Serhain and Thalgrid get front row seats to see him just disappear in a wash of fire, Varen is going to take 35 points of fire damage.
Oh no.
And the statue is going to trundle forward.
You suck, Squiiddish.
This is for Plague Stone. Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I didn't move your character to be the closest one to the statue on the statue's turn, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
Sure.
Dahlgrid, we come back to you. Ileana's
Yeah,
headed towards what looks like the main shaft behind you.
I'm going to whip up a quick alchemy to make a healing elixir as a bomb, and then I'm going to throw it at Verith.
Is that a thing? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you
can
have
work
to
with
hit
that.
him, or does he just get healed?
Healing bomb. So by adding a special catalyst, you transform a healing elixir into a topical projectile. Grant the elixir the bomb trait. If you throw it at a willing target and hit... Yeah, you hit even on a failure, though not a critical failure. And if you strike with this elixir bomb, hits a living target, it regains hit points as if you're taking the potion.
That's awesome.
That is great.
Okay. So, well, I mean, you just got seared medium rare. You're gonna feel a sharp pain as glass shatters across your back, but then hopefully it's gonna feel better.
You make it some shards
All
in there. It'll be
in a
fine.
day's work.
the elf gunslinger tanking. I mean, it's natural then, Thalgrid.
Yeah, I've just realised actually having thrown this, he just mentioned earlier that he was dead beforehand, so I hope he this kind of doesn't cause any bigger issues. We'll find out, I guess.
I got better.
Good luck, buddy.
I don't know.
You got
I'm not
this.
sure how you'd get him out of this situation, so come back for the corpse later.
I'll have to do it as the acid flash just for the sake of the attack.
Okay.
Sorry. Character sheet keeps getting in my way. Jason.
You can also open your character sheet by just double-clicking on your token, if that makes it
Oh,
easier.
why is it my dice rolls?
Not a critical failure by one, though! That's what we're looking
Yeah.
for! That was one off a critical failure!
Oh, jeez.
12. 12 to hit hits.
If you had crit failured that, you would have been fired. Get out.
So you can, for your healing elixir, you can either roll that from the item,
Yep.
or you can just slash R space like 2d8 plus 8 or d6 or whatever the hell it is. I don't know what kind of elixir you're throwing.
Let me off my formulas, wherever they're hidden.
My man is
Crafting.
terrified right now. You can tell by his complete lack of accuracy.
Minor.
Thalgrid's spooked.
Oh, is that all it is? Hang on.
Is it a minor?
Yeah, it's just a minor.
That's a d6, baby. Like it's-
D6. This is definitely going to
Oh,
help you.
well, I'm saved.
At least I rolled well for that.
Hey, it's 5. There you go. You get 5 health back, buddy. You feel better a little. I think it gives you 1 action left, Thalgrid.
Yeah.
If it's easier to
5,
move, if you
10.
select your token, you can also just move with the arrow keys. You can do whatever's. There's a lot of ways you can click and drag it with selection. You can move with the ruler. You can just arrow keys around. Whatever's easiest.
Yeah. I should have said I'm a dwarf. 20.
All right,
Yeah, that's me.
Serhain. The statue is mad.
Yeah, and I see that. I'm leaving,
That's fair.
and I saw, and I assume I saw them going up. It's up this way is where I saw.
Sure is.
The cat
Yeah,
girl go?
Ileana just ran like right in front of you, so you like definitely. She's
Okay.
right in front of Thalgrid. They're just booking.
Printed away.
You could head
Okay.
sort of this direction, and
Yeah,
looks like it
that's what I'm
largely leads to the
thinking.
same place.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Calm
Whoa.
down, calm down, calm
He's
down.
gone. He's out of there.
I need to. There we go. Okay. Let's
You can
go
just-
there.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna say if you just want to move 3 actions, you're just like you're a distance.
Yeah, I'm just up in like let me get that off. I'm just up in this
All right.
neighborhood with everybody else.
Varen, the first sign of danger. Your party absolutely ditches you and leaves you to get completely incinerated. But you did get a minor
Yeah.
elixir of life to the back, so that's cool. It is your
Yeah,
turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and that's my first action. That's my second action.
And the shaft is like right here, so
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'm gonna go right up to it. That's where I'm going.
fair enough.
After I go running past you all looking like I've been on the barbecue, I am burnt from head to toe. And be like, I got this. And I go straight for the shaft.
Eliana.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving that away.
So if you want to just use your turn retreating with Varen, you definitely can just head over and head down the shaft. You don't got to worry about measuring it or anything. You're just like, you're over here going down the
Okay, cool.
shaft
Go down there.
with him. Which leaves us just the creature itself continuing inexorably forward. Now, notably, it does not appear to move very swiftly. It's quick. You gotta run, but you look like you can sprint a fair shake faster than it can run. As a matter of fact, even with Thalgrid having taken 2 actions to try to help Varen before turning and moving himself, it just barely catches up to him with enough remaining to swing down with a big fist.
The key point is it still has enough for the big fist.
It sure does. And it's a 29 to hit.
Oh
That-
no!
That is a definite hit. Thankfully, not a crit. but
Not a
it is
crit's what we're going for. We like to see not a crit in this neighborhood. That's all good business. You roll out some damage. And without a shield to protect yourself, Thalgrid feels the mighty blow this can really be. The stone of this thing's arm absolutely falling like a mountain on you for 19 points of bludgeoning damage. And you feel like you avoided the worst of that. Is anybody not bailing down the mine shaft right now? Thalgrid?
Oh, you're muted again.
No, is anyone not bailing down the mine shaft right now? Thalgrid, is your turn?
Yeah, Valgrid is so going 5, 10, 15, 20.
If you're just going, you could definitely just be going.
Yeah.
Sarah,
That's what
are
I'm
you
doing.
going?
Oh yeah. Oops.
The
Yeah.
group of you dart towards this shaft, near bumbling over each other to get away from this colossal statue. You can hear it still smashing through stone, but not long after you break view of it, when you get into the shaft, all of the sound of the crushing and the tumbling and the rampaging falls silent behind you almost immediately. You don't have to run terribly far before you get the feeling that it's not making any attempt to follow. That said, I don't imagine, given your state, that's going to stop you from running at least a little bit further from that before any of
Correct.
you think about stopping. The creature, whatever that thing is an absolute anomaly. I said at the beginning of the show, we are here in a world without magic. There is no spellcraft. I refer to it as a golem, but such things do not exist in this world. It's like an animated statue, like a sculpture come to life, and you see no means, no mechanism by which it dispenses its fire. There are no vents in its hands, no tubes, it has no piping, there are no visible tanks of anything on its body. Nothing about what this thing is or how it moves makes any sense to any of you. But you've got time to think about that once you have scrambled a little further away to safety, to lick your wounds and patch yourselves up before we go any further. I'll put some tokens on this little splash screen here just because it'll have your health and everything for a quick break we can take. And speaking of a quick break, we should take one of those for the stream too, real quick.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
gave me a time range, and it's looking like I'm gonna use most of it, Dan, if that's cool.
That's fine. That's fine.
So we are going to take a midstream break here, friends. We're gonna stand up, stretch our legs, get some drinks, pee 'em if you got them. You're not gonna be missing any content for a couple of minutes here. But don't go too far, because we're not gonna be gone for long. Good news, everyone. All you had to do was come down here, figure out what happened, and fix it. The first part's already done. That was super easy.
Sure. Now we just need to invent magic.
Perfect.
The second
Yeah,
part...
We've definitely
part-
earned our 500. We can leave now and just cash it in.
The second part might be a little bit harder. We'll
Oh.
be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you are prepared. Hope you are more prepared than these folk were for this contract. And we're finding out real quick why the Silver Hand Co. is paying so much for this. Because whether or not they had any actual info, it sure seems like a big disappearance of the miners, followed by a big disappearance of the guys that's got sent in to investigate the big disappearance of the miners, means that something is afoot. And in the first half of this session, we have come across, I don't know how to describe other than a living statue that seems nigh indestructible. We had an incredibly potent crit from Varen the Gunslinger and an unbelievably powerful bow crit from Serhane, doing 3 whole damage, and neither of those managed to stick anything.
The one thing you're going to recap about the first part is that
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
3 whole damage.
Is there anything else
Yeah.
that you wanted to cover? Did you think there's anything else that's like plot relevant that's happened so far? Because I think that was the
No,
most
I mean,
important.
I didn't take any damage, so I'm just back
Yeah,
at full. It's
Varen's
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
and Thalgrid's fine. Neither of them have been injured.
Expert bomb lobbing by the alchemist. I mean, that went exactly to
Absolutely. Exactly as planned.
Man literally cannot stop critically failing. It's been a rough start for our heroes.
Oh,
I don't
man,
know
that's
if you've
so
earned a
bad.
hero moniker yet. It's been a rough start for our adventurers. But you have escaped deeper into the Green Ridge silver mine, having no real option other than to flee down the tunnel away from this thing. You, I imagine, run well past when you hear silence behind you. The good news about this seemingly indomitable being that's following you is you're gonna hear it coming. Like, it's not, you don't get the sense it's gonna sneak up on you. So once you put a good amount of distance, following this main shaft down, a single, smaller, more traditional minecart track, 2 iron rails, some wooden boards in between keeping the spacing, rivets holding the whole thing together. You can see that it expands off with offshoots down numerous sides. There are plenty of places for you to stop and hole up and kind of reconvene briefly. Dahlgren took a decent punch. Varen's extra crispy. You guys certainly have been better.
Can we take a wee rest here? Come on, sit down. Let me tend to those wounds. You're kind of stinking the place up.
Yeah, I sit down on a rock and I'm just like, opening up my gun chamber and polishing the gun and cleaning it out. And I'm just like, the hell was that?
Sirhan runs in, looking fine. He's like, "Whoa, did you see that thing? That thing was giant." It probably would have done a ton of. And he looks just as he's saying that, looks over and just sees you perfectly roasted, and he's like, "Oh yeah, ooh."
There's part of me that is still on fire. I'm like,
Eliana will like lick her
Gently
fingertips
smoldering.
and put on a piece of your hair.
Kind of point at my kind of bloody and splattered nose. Laddie, I saw it up close. Where were you?
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah.
Right. I have battle medicine. Sorry, not battle medicine. I'm lying. Well, I do have that, but I've got continual medicine and ward medicine. So I'm
Okay.
going to attempt to heal both myself and Varys.
Fair enough. You can sit down and treat both of you. While you do that, while you roll that medicine check, as you escape down what appears to be the main shaft of the mine, the fate of many more of the miners would have become readily apparent. This mine shaft is interspersed with random chunks that look like they've been punched free, cratered by this statue, more scorch marks, and you, by this point, have passed some number of crumpled and charred bodies. The miners, you don't get the feeling this is a rescue mission, but the main priority again was to deal with the threat so mining can resume. Let's see that medicine check then.
All right.
great.
So this is going for very first. Come on, just roll
So
something
again,
decent
just
once.
don't critically fail.
Right.
Yes.
There you
finally.
go. There you go. That's
Nice.
what we're looking
21.
for.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
All right.
nine health back for that one.
And that automatically, was that to you or to Varen?
That was to Varian first.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll you one for yourself.
For me.
These dice just absolutely love rolling out of my screen.
Once I roll 2 for myself.
Solid. Big old 2 points of healing on the 2d8. So,
Yep.
as you both, you still look, pretty well wounded. You've got continual recovery. There is no harm in resting there longer. If you want to spend some time to continue patching yourselves up until you are both whole and well again, you can certainly just do that. I'm not going to make you roll it out 6 times. But with how injured you are, it probably would take you maybe the better part of 2 hours of continual recovery.
Well, what? Continual allows you to make a check every 10
isn't
minutes?
Oh, is it every?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was every 30. Well, like maybe a better part of an hour then, probably. Much less time. While you're there,
Nice.
and Thalgrid is tending to the worst of these wounds, Ilyana, Sirhain, what are you two doing?
I'll try my hand at investigating again
Okay.
to see what's going on here.
Looking around the mine shaft here, I'm not going to make you roll any kind of a check to identify the cause of death of the several bodies that you have found scattered throughout. You're pretty sure it's the giant statue that was almost the cause of the second death of Varen. Beyond that, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. I don't know if Ilyana's been in silver mines or mine shafts at all before, but everything here looks standard. There's nothing. Like, the statue is not a thing you would find in a mine shaft. They don't have, like, a company mascot statue that would stand there and watch over their operations. What it is, where it came from, why it's so destructive, or how it even works, are beyond you. But what you can give me is a crafting check, if you are trained in that.
Yes, I am trained in that. Last time it went super well with my nat 1, so let's see.
Well, you can literally only improve.
True.
Or do the same.
Or do the
It can't get
same.
worse. I'm so glad one of you is trained in medicine, by the way.
We're so lucky.
Why is it? Oh, okay. I was expecting it to pop up. I got 12.
Oh, that was almost a 20. That was so close.
Oh, man.
With a 16 total, the statues seem to be carved of a kind of stone that looks like it would be at home in this mine. While it is ornate and well made and a bit of a lighter stone than most of what's running through the walls here, that granite, that kind of light speckled granite it's carved from, is something that would very reasonably be found in chunks down here. The metal is something else. It's definitely not iron, and it's not steel. It has a strange sheen to it. It doesn't look like it's an alchemically treated silver or cold iron or something. In fact, you're not sure what it is at all. It's not something you would recognize or be familiar with. What about you, Sirhain?
Yeah, I was well. My original thought was I was just going to kind of be on guard to make sure that, I mean, not for the big thing because everyone's going to hear him coming, but if there might be any other threats and that kind of thing, kind of being on the lookout while everyone else is busy patching themselves back up.
Then, if you are on guard and you are the one watching, you would be the first to notice, probably to hear in the distance, the approach of something else. It's coming from deeper within one of these side mine shafts, and it sounds like it's taking some pains to remain quiet and isn't very good at it. It requires no perception check to notice.
Okay. All right. So yeah, when I noticed that, so Sirhain's gonna turn and look at the group, and he's gonna try to whistle and be quiet, but he actually can't whistle. So it's just he's like
It's quiet.
waving his hand back and forth, and he's like
Okay.
trying to get their attention.
Holding up a jar of mud that I've been smearing over Varin's wounds. What? What?
And then he's gonna kind of point in the direction where he's hearing it from, and he's like, "There's something coming. There's something trying to be sneaky, but it's not working at all."
Yeah, I'm gonna reload my gun.
Yeah. I guess I still have my shield and short sword out. Would I be able to hear it with the, because I have that, I'm the hunting cat folk where I have like the imprecise hearing. Oh no, it's imprecise scent, sorry.
It'd be a little too far. Well, okay, then yeah, that's like what, 30 feet? You'd be able to smell
Yeah,
it
30 feet.
coming up. It's sort of around the corner of one of these little side shafts, and as you hear the somewhat audible loading and racking of the hammer on the double pistol that Varen is holding here, as he's still sat on the ground getting slathered by Thalgrid. you would hear a voice come from that direction. Oh, wait! Are you the rescue team?
Oh god, somebody's still alive.
And the group,
Oh,
you,
no.
Sir Hayden's
would
gonna be like,
see-
wait, are we here for rescue? I don't. Maybe he calls back.
you would see a man.
Oh, look at him.
He looks like an older half-elven man, probably in his late 60s. He's got a simple cap and fairly heavy leather pauldron and protection on one side of his body. The side where he'd be swinging the pick, and the rest of him is just a thick, coarse, overshirted jacket. Exactly the kind of garb that a worker in this mine shaft would be wearing. In fact, an outfit that you would have seen similar, bashed and strewn and kind of charred about back at the main nexus where he had been attacked by the statue. And this guy kind of pokes his head up around the corner, his hands up just sort of shakily. I don't mean you no harm. I'm able to get... Well, I haven't dared risk trying getting past that thing up there. Did you kill it?
Sir Hayden's like, no, not at all. It was actually very bad.
I seen it. I seen how bad it is. I seen what it done here. And he just sort of looks up and down the shaft, and he looks like he's a little. I mean, this has been long enough ago that they sent a second team. The bounty has been posted. You guys came into town and have come down here, so it's been like at least several days since this initial event happened. He at this point is kind of past the shell-shocked phase and looks up and down the hall where you can clearly see one absolutely crushed and one very well done body of his fellow miners just in plain sight there. He just sort of looks at him and back to you. Thing was, I don't know what it was, but it didn't stop. Picks, drills, nothing did anything to it.
What happened?
I don't right know. That I wasn't working in the deep shaft. I was loading. I was running carts up from this track here down to our current vein, a ways deep down in the mine, and I heard slamming and smashing. It sounded like explosions or a cave-in or something, and then screaming, and I saw the fire. I darted out in here, and I ain't seen no one else. No one knew what to do. I don't know what it was. There was you must have seen it. I heard all that ruckus up at the head of the track. It's a big statue thing. Came stomping right up the rails from down below. A couple of people, I don't know, it didn't. I mean, I can only imagine what it did to the miners down there, but it came up here. It didn't look like it had no ill means, no intent. They didn't even run till it was too late.
So wait, when did? According to story, I mean, there's got to be stories about when this thing first showed up and all of that. Like, what did they maybe unearth? Find it already down here and they unearthed it maybe, or?
I don't know what even to think about what it is or what it could have been unearthed from where. This is a pretty remote mine, kid. There's not much up here. There ain't no other villages. There ain't no other shafts we could really dig into. Green Ridge is about as remote as it gets up in the mountains here. I don't even know what they possibly could have tapped into, or... But you didn't kill it, but you got past it. Is it safe? Did you stick it somewhere? Is there a way out?
Well, it's slow. I'll say that it's slow. And you know that's why we're living. And he kind of side eyes over it. He's like, some of us more living than others right now. But
I
yeah.
shrug.
Well, it may be slow, son, but he just kind of gestures at himself and his gray hair and his bushy mustache. Oh, so am I.
Yeah, you gotta be able to run fast to get past it, even if it's slow moving.
I mean, laddie, do you have any vats of acid here? Any barrels of acid that you know of? The acid slowed it.
Little
Oh,
dynamite.
well, I mean, I'm sure. I haven't looked further down the mine. I figured the best thing to do was to hole up here with, well, lunch my wife packed me lasting as long as it could and wait for help to show up. I didn't want to risk catching that thing's attention. But, I mean, there's plenty of explosives and the reagents and acids we use when we distill the silver down to raw ignition for transport. But if it's any of it still there, I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't taking any risks of getting seen by that thing.
You said the attack started from down below. It came from down below.
This whole time, this guy hasn't come any closer. He's still like out in this little side shaft, kind
I
of.
don't think we can hear you.
Oh, this whole time, push the talk, dang it. This dude doesn't come any closer. He's been out down on the little side shaft. You're having this conversation from like 12 feet away or so. Most of him still kind of out of view. He's down like he's kneeling or sitting or just kind of crouching around that corner, leaning out around the wall to talk to you. Yeah, that's as far as I know, that's where it came from, and that's where, well, I heard everything happening first. That's what these two here were doing. They came from up at the track head to come investigate and see what was going on. It sounded like it would have been a cave-in. They thought they might need some help, and I'm sure they did, but not the kind of help we could provide. Who are you?
Can you take us deeper into the mines to where it came from?
Well, I don't know if I'm in a great state to take any of y'all anywhere. And he just sort of gestures down past the corner and puts his hand down and like he drags himself out a little bit further. As he's kind of shuffling. The reason he's not entirely stealthy is he's definitely dragging one leg. His ankle looks like it's twisted up and swollen pretty well. He is not, in fact, outrunning this thing anytime soon. Like I said, I was already right here at the track when the thing showed up. I don't know where it came from other than further down. Are you with the company? You're here to help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell that Sirhane clearly does not know what his role is supposed to be here. He's like, yeah, right. We're with the company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
We were hired by the company to come down here and check it out.
And sit yourself down. Let me look at that leg before you go making any more ruckus.
Oh, no, if you're a medic, I thank you kindly for any assistance you can provide. And as you come and start looking at this here, he just kind of continues. I don't know really what to tell you other than to go look down at the active mining site in Shaft D down there. If you follow these tracks further down the main shaft, they fork a couple of times, but this main rail, well, look for where the lanterns were hanging. I'm sure they've burnt out by now. We don't leave the lanterns up in the old defunct shafts. That'll lead you right down to our primary site.
Okay.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Can you get him patched up? He should come
Yeah.
with us.
I'd sure welcome any protection or assistance that y'all can provide. If that thing comes back down and finds me, I stand far less of a chance than these two strapping fellas did. Hell,
I shall administer my best healing on him. Out come the leeches to get rid of the swelling and the magic mud to slather around it and the bandages. He's in the best hands. Absolutely.
give me a medicine check, buddy. Let's see. Let's see.
And
Here we
he's dead.
go.
Let's check that theory. You don't get to say that yet.
I had him swallow the healing mud, and I put
Well,
the leeches on his artery.
Theoretically, it was the
Not a
best.
critical
thing to the best
failure.
That's a 10. That's good. That's not bad. You know.
It's not a 15 though.
So, yeah, no, it's not a critical failure. Do you want to spend the time to stay here and use continual recovery, or do you want to just spend 10 minutes and try to patch up as well as you can? The problem here with a basic medicine check is that you can treat damage and injuries, but this guy looks like whatever happened while he was trying to get away, he is pretty well fractured a bone in his ankle, and that's a fairly tough check, and like not the kind of thing that even like an elixir of life is gonna immediately fix.
I want to pretty much kind of like put him a splint on his leg, patch him up, something to kind of dull the pain a little bit as a placebo, so he can at least try and help show us where we're meant to be going down this mine shaft. It may mess his leg up, because he's walking on it, but it's more important that we actually figure out what's going on and get out of here.
Fair enough, and you can certainly make it better. You can definitely do that. That's not a problem. And you get it splinted up well enough that if one of you uses your exploration activity to support him, basically give him support his weight and hold him up so he can kind of shamble down, he can come with you down this mine shaft.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, Sirhane's going to step up to this one. So you patch up, takes about 10 minutes. He rises to his feet and just kind of nods, grits his teeth a little bit as he stands up. Name is Rhinus, by the way. And damn lucky you lot showed up when you did. I was going to have to try my chances here before too long. I'm out of water.
Oh, I got a water skin. You want? You can have a drink.
He just sort of nods and smiles at the offer. Absolutely will take it and chug like half of that water skin right there. The man is thirsted big.
Yeah, fair.
But he helps the group of you shamble on a little bit further down the shaft. More than a little bit further. It's a lot of bit further. Again, old shaft. Most of the veins of ore they've found have long since been exhausted, and you can see that what Strawloff up top said is very probably true. There's no way this place is profitable enough to support the size of production that it is. They're having to push so deep into this mountainside to find even the smallest scraps of silver still remaining. But eventually, you reach the end of the tracks. You find yourselves down deep at a landing, and you come across, hold on, there we go. You come to a loading platform for small carts. Did that not pull you guys to this scene?
I just see it loading.
It's loading.
Still at 98% at the minute.
Oh, it's load. Oh, I guess this is kind of a bigger one. Fair enough. You guys actually got to take some time to load. As you will load in, you will see before you a wooden landing platform at the end of this primary track. This is a much simpler operation. This is not a big heap of mechanisms. This is not an amalgamation of cranes and carts and loading paraphernalia. This is a much simpler dock. This far down the mine shaft, things were done pretty much entirely by hand. And in this a fairly wide, kind of a smaller facsimile of the main mine nexus where you first met this statue, this golem in the first place, there is little here for supplies, save for a lot of spare boards and round wooden timbers down here in the corner, for those of you that can see it, meant to reinforce these shafts as they go. You help Rhinus up to this barrier here at the end of the track where carts would rest, ready to be loaded. And he kind of leans out against it. Yeah, this is the main active shaft. This is shaft D. It's where we've been pulling the silver from recently, and I mean, as far as I can tell, I can't imagine where else I would have heard all that noise. The platform down here is, well, we're a PG-13 family-friendly stream, so we'll just say a little worse than the mine shaft you'd come down. This looks like where the bulk of the mining team had been. Most of them had been on site working and had little opportunity to escape as this thing just exploded onto the scene. You've seen firsthand how powerful it is. And with it approaching and them having no idea how to react or what it was, most of them were stricken down before they even started running.
Is there any clear indication of like a trail of destruction, or is it just like down every hallway in every direction?
The destruction, especially on this main landing, is intense enough that it's difficult to tell what direction it came from. That would be, if you want to start searching, Varen, I would take a perception check.
Yeah, I'd like to help too. Or I'd like to also search if I can.
Okay.
25.
Varen, as you're looking, you can see that it looks like this statue has smashed its way through several of these tunnels, but looking closely, it looks like it came out of one of them and went down a couple of the others. This thing hunted. It went out of its way to find miners off the beaten path down these other side avenues. And it originally looks like it emerged from the northernmost passageway here.
Mm-hmm.
That is yeah, that's the way around to our main shaft. Most of this other stuff around here to the right and across the chamber here, this is all, well, a lot of older spurts or mines we were looking down just hoping for to find something. Down those passages there to the right, though, I think that's where we've got a stash of our equipment from where we was digging before. We're trying to find a split head of another one of these veins, and we're looking for explosives or acid or something. I think they turned it into a bit of an infirmary, but I don't know if they've moved all the bulk out of there yet. Like I said, I work on the tracks. I push the carts. It's about all I can still do. It's more or less automated, honestly. They barely even need me.
Should we take a look down where it originally came from, or?
That's what I think.
We should
That
get
was
some
my
supplies
thought.
first.
Yeah, go past that infirmary.
Some explosives and some acid in case we fight it again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then,
yeah.
look where it came from.
Yeah.
If it's a machine, maybe there's some way to turn it off.
We're gonna bundle you guys in the handy dandy transport
look at
nugget.
us. We're all stepping in time right now.
Before,
like
Yeah, right.
just walking
before
down
I
the street.
move the transport nugget down this hallway,
But
do
buddy
you
system.
want to
Yeah.
organize yourselves? Gonna be like marching orders, like how you would be traveling down this passage here. The shafts
I
are
mean,
not super narrow. They are about probably 9 feet wide. It's wide enough for two of you to walk abreast.
Okay. Am I still helping that guy, or is he chilling back?
If you want to bring him
There.
with you, you still need to help him, but
Okay.
he doesn't not know what's going on. Rhinus seems a little reticent to go any further into the mine
Yeah,
shaft
that's
of
fair.
this.
We could leave him here.
Okay, good.
That-
Yeah.
Fine.
And between us, that way we know
It's
if the statue shows up because we'll hear his screams.
Green alarm system!
Hey, let's just call him
Hooray.
Canary from now on, for
Yeah,
no
Canary.
particular reason.
Rhinus Canary. All right, so is this how you guys want to
in
be?
the coal mine? Yeah.
I guess I'll take the lead unless y'all wanna.
I'll come behind Illy and then
Okay.
kind of like feeling a bit at home in the tunnels.
Okay, something like this, more or less.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, fine with that.
That's fine. Yeah.
The group of you proceed down this passageway here, and what would have been a perception check, but because you spoke with Rhinus and just got very clear directions, you know exactly where to go. Right down this way, you would come across a small setup. It would look like they've made it into a little break station / infirmary, and it also looks like nobody was here when the golem arrived, as this, once you've come around this corner, is undamaged. They have stashed a small amount of supplies here, some goods that could be useful. There does not immediately appear to be any acid in it, but I believe now that I've revealed that, any of you can double click on that chest to see its contents.
We don't expect there to be traps on like a supply crate. Do we? We don't expect that to be.
You have two
thing.
people searching, so I would just ask you for a perception check if that was a risk.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah, definitely.
Exploration mode protects us. Can you?
Yes,
Can you guys double click on that and see what's in it? I haven't actually used the
click
item
on that.
cache before. Okay, cool. So looking in there, I'm not gonna make the man who crafts explosive healing potions into his hands roll to identify a healing potion, especially because they're clearly labeled. They're not supposed to be a secret. They're here for company use. There are a small cache of healing elixirs in here. 3 minors and 1 more potent lesser. As well as one more thing, which is a small metal orb bound about with what looks almost like a wax epoxy seal. So it looks like with enough force it would burst in half, the 2 metal halves separating to release whatever's inside. That appears to be an extinguisher pouch. That is Silver Hand Co. equipment. What it is necessarily would require you to identify it. Beyond that, you could assume.
Could I identify that using my alchemy crafting?
Absolutely, you can. It is a crafting check. I put a button in the chat log right there, and you can just go ahead and click on that, and it'll roll it for me.
Oh.
Guy, please.
Oh no.
What's going on with these stuff?
Is this a bad roll? Is this?
I don't
bad?
think it.
Everyone rolls.
I looked at you. Can I reveal this?
Oh no.
Oh wow.
You have a plus 11.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
rolled a 14.
That's so
Ooh.
bad.
Good news, everyone, because as I started laughing, Ileana just kind of slid one in there too. She did a little bit better.
Oh, nice crit.
Fuck yeah.
Oh hell yeah, 25.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Much better.
That's so
Hey,
funny.
everybody, look, it's a spherical orb.
Yeah.
There would
I
be
was
2 of these extinguisher pouches, and these little bombs, these little capsules are meant to deal with any kind of a fire in the mines, as those can be exceptionally deadly very quickly. Mechanically, they are frost vials. There are 2 of them. Any of you should be able to click and drag items from this cache onto your character sheets directly if you want to take any of this. Under the actors tab up top, there is also a party loot. If we're getting ready to move on and no one has claimed anything, I'm just going to throw the rest of it in there, and you can pull it out whenever.
Does anybody need 2 of the, or if we just want to give them to? Oh well, you have really low bulk, or don't you already pretty much have like all the stuff that you can carry on top?
Yeah, I mean, I've got rid of 2 potions, so I do have a slightly more bulk, but I am also loaded up with bombs, so it makes perfect sense for somebody else to be carrying the bombs.
Yeah.
I can take
I'll
one.
carry one of the frost vials if that's okay.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Um,
Well,
where
I
you
can take.
And likewise, it actually makes sense for you guys to be carrying the healing potions, because I can already do battle medicine and medicine.
True.
And make my own
Yeah, I'll
potions.
take one of the potions then.
Short. Dan, if you were asking how to do it, you go to your inventory tab and just drag it onto your inventory tab.
No, I got that part. Where are you dragging it from? I'm not
Oh, if
seeing
you
it
double
here.
click, there is like literally on the ground in front of your token, there is a little chest. You double click that chest,
There we go.
and it will.
There we go.
I think I can
okay.
actually force
Wait,
you
I
to look
didn't
at
mean
this.
to take all.
Oh, I
For
can't.
some reason, I thought it went into the party loot thing, and I kept searching through there, and I was like, I'm not seeing this. Okay.
These little item caches are. I've never used this before for like room loot. This is real convenient. These are cool. I always do it the slow and annoying way.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I wanted to see if you could put items in it.
Just
totally
put your
can.
soap
You
in
can?
it.
Okay,
Here you
cool.
go.
Let me- I didn't realize there was 3 of the minor elixirs, so I took all 3 of them. So,
So you just ninjas the whole lot. Fine.
I
yeah.
did, but there is still the elixir
So
of
there's
life.
an elixir of life left in here. I took one of the frost vials. There's an elixir of life left
Now,
over.
the one
yeah,
that's
the
left in there is
lesser
a
one.
lesser. That is much more potent than the miners.
Yeah, the minors. That's why I
would-
took the minor one, but or the 3 of them.
I'm gonna take it then.
Go ahead. And as
Okay.
you
With being melee, I should, yeah.
distribute the rest of, gather all of that, you feel like that's about as much of value as there is to be found here in this little cache.
Okay.
It doesn't immediately, like, you don't see anything else that stands out to you, and the rest of these shafts, as Rhinus had said, seem to be kind of under construction. Before long, you found yourselves back in the main nexus. You know, the way up to the north is where the golem had emerged from. What do you do?
Yeah, I feel like we should check out, unless we want to go down a different tunnel first, but I feel like we should try to get to see if we find anything else down the tunnel where it came from.
I'd say
That's kind of how I'm feeling.
if it's a machine, maybe there's some way to turn him off back where he came from.
Mm.
Group of you proceed forward up this northernmost passage. This is clearly the one that is currently in use. It looks like it's seen the most activity, and it by far has seen the most damage. As you move up into it, the two searchers, I believe it's Serhan and Varen, go ahead and make me perception checks.
Yeah.
Are these secret, Squirrel?
You can just public roll them. You're gonna know immediately if you succeed or not. So just
I
throw it
guess
out
that's
there.
Oh,
Oh, that was the almost the 19 thing I've ever seen.
so close. Why is there so much soap in the chat? Jason, what are you doing?
Sorry, I was moving soap
He's
around.
just soap posting. The
I
group
wanted
of
you
you
all to know how clean I was.
The group of you move forward, and looking throughout the mine under, across all this scorched area, in this active section, there appears to be a thin layer of rust or dirt that has been thrown out from how vigorously this statue smashed its way through this passageway. It doesn't look like anything of note, but as Varen steps into it, it immediately, reactively swells up and bursts outward. Not forcefully, but in a gentle puff of what looks like just floating, shimmering flecks of scintillating dust in the air. It is Varen and Serhan here who would be close enough to be right in the middle of this as it goes off. Both of you immediately, before you can react, breathe in a good amount of whatever this is. I'm gonna need a
no.
fortitude save from Varen. and
Oh,
Serhan.
no.
Skill saves are where?
Skill
On your,
saves.
character, the front tab.
Fortitude save is
Oh,
going to
there
be
we-
over on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, there it
like
is.
right
Okay,
below your
got it.
initiative.
Found him.
Hey,
Ooh,
let's go. They're the high
Oh,
rolls.
man.
solid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can't both pass. That's not fun. Ugh.
I think it's very fun.
All right, fine. Both of you. I mean, you're here for a reason. You're not first level adventurers. We've been through some crap before. You inhale this and makes you cough a little bit. It's pretty thick. It's almost like this sponge in your mouth. It feels like it dries all the saliva out of your mouth real quick as it settles in.
Yeah.
But you hack it back up quickly and kind of reflexively. And behind you, Ilyana and Thalgrid can see as this dust settles, it's a much thicker, almost yellow powder across the ground where it has fallen. You hag for a couple moments. You're both all right. Exact lethal on Varen with the 22. You are just barely all right. But you're all right. But it makes a lot of noise.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And you hear a sound from a little deeper in the shaft. It sounds like a hiss of some kind.
Cat.
Not a cat hiss, more like a skittering insectoid hiss.
Oh.
It's been a few days since all of this happens. And while you can't immediately see what it is, it sure sounds like something else has taken up residence in this nice, comfy, abandoned mine. I'm gonna need everybody here to roll me some initiative.
Well-stocked larder.
Ooh! Ilyana! She's like, nah. I'm tired of this crap. Ooh!
Wow. Bowman.
There we go.
What?
Oh,
My
Lord.
man.
Ileana and Bowman. Oh my god, 27 and 30. You guys are not messing around.
Oh, you're so lucky. It got a 25. You guys are
Yeah.
so
Big cat
lucky.
spider.
Varen, as you're coughing, you hear up ahead of you on one of these side shafts, some 40 feet up. You have dark vision, right? Yeah, we're on pinging in the darkness here. Something large and skittering moving forward. The downside of winning initiative is you can't see it yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did the 10 paces, so I'm going to move 10 feet for free here at the start. And then I am going to go ahead and take a move.
Ooh. Just diving right in. Zero fear. He learned nothing.
He's going.
He didn't learn a
bad.
single damn thing.
Thalgor can always chuck another bottle at him and he'll be fine.
Yeah, because I'm bound to hit.
Yeah.
Jason's like, Desna, take the wheel. I'm going for
I'm going
it.
to move up to there. I'm going to draw my I get to draw my gun for free. I'll
Uh-huh.
draw my sword. So I've got both out.
My god's called pirate. All right. I love it.
Yeah, and with my last action, I'll just take cover at this edge here so that I'm hidden.
Smart. I like it. Kind of tactics I expect from the man who made most of the rule book, Ilyana.
All right. If I move through that smoke stuff that they hit earlier, if I see it still on the map, does that affect me,
Oh.
or does it just have to take a chance?
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to move through it?
Well, I don't really have another choice, so I
you
kinda
can
have
see-
to move through it.
You can see where it's settling now. If you are any level of decently proficient in athletics, you could try to jump over it. It's not a big
Oh,
area.
I'm decent in athletics. This is gonna be. I'm an expert, so this is gonna be embarrassing if it doesn't work out.
I'm an expert with crafting and medicine. And we all
Okay,
know
we're
how
not
that
gonna
turned
talk
The
out.
problem is
That's
you're
been great.
Great. Yeah.
you're right up on it, so
10
you
out of
don't
10.
really have any room to get a running start to actually run. So
I'm
if
a
you want to
cat.
like
I'm a
jump,
cat.
you need to back up and then go for it, or you can just leap from standing, which I think
Cats
actually
can jump like 10 times their body or their height or whatever, right?
is your
really.
what's your speed? Are you speed 25 or 30?
25.
You can jump 10 feet, which from standing, you can just jump 10 feet for it, which is admittedly pretty good, but doesn't look like
Okay.
it would completely clear this.
All right. So I'll take a move to step back and then jump.
Wind it up and send it.
All right, cool.
Give me that
Step
athletics
back.
check.
Do the athletics check. Let's do it.
If you do still fail it, it's going to be really embarrassing.
It is going to be really freaking
Oh,
embarrassing.
no,
okay,
you're
no.
super clear.
Nice.
Absolutely clean.
Awesome.
So it does
Yeah.
take you the action to back up and then 2 to sail through this. I mean, you're in a mine shaft. You can't jump super high. It's a pretty impressive feat of feline athleticism to just leap through all of this and not touch any of it. But it is all 3 of your actions.
Okay.
As you
She's just going to
see
dust herself off, be like, shrug like it's no big deal.
out from the far end ahead here, what looks like an enormous spider come into view. It looks huge, clearly visibly way too big to fit comfortably into the shafts here, but that doesn't appear to bother it at all. It skitters down the tunnel. You're in covered. You're not like, I'm gonna give it just a 50-50 on whether or not it notices Veyron here or just
I
rampages
mean, I do
down.
have a flat stealth if you want that.
Sure. What's your stealth DC?
My stealth DC is 20.
A 20. It's not like taking an action to look for you or anything.
No, it would get it for free. That's fine.
Then it would go to a rush by. It would look like it's focused on Ileana, but as it comes up to this corner, it would turn its head, massive mandibles dripping with venom as it comes around the corner.
Oh no.
You know, the downside is it's got eyes kind of going all the way around to the side of the head. So it's looking pretty much sideways as it comes by and pivots here towards Veyron. As this head, nearly the
good.
size of your entire body, shoots out towards you. Fangs bared and ready. It is... Oh! However, a very... Okay, you guys got... Do I get a hero point too? You guys all got hero points.
No.
Well, wait, let's not be hasty. Let's not say no right away. We'll wait a little bit and then say no, I
Then
think,
say
just to make
no.
it sound like we're thinking about it.
He's clearly used his hero points against all of my rolls. You've had way too many already.
With only an 18 to hit, it notices Veyron at the last minute, and its head shoots around the corner, and its fangs just bite into this support post that you're kind of tucked in behind, and I'm pretty sure an 18 is not going to hit you.
No.
So
Not with
it is going to miss, which brings us around to Serhane.
Well, he's gonna. Okay, so he can see what's happening clearly here. Am I technically still inside the cloud? Do I need to? I need to get out of here.
The cloud has settled.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm just gonna take my hunter's bow and take a shot from where I'm at. I don't see a reason to get close to a spider right now.
I don't either. That seems like a great idea.
Okay, so let me target that person, and then, yeah, let's just take a shot. And bam.
You. Ooh.
Hey, 29.
Absolutely hits.
Is it critical by any chance?
It'll tell you if it's a critical.
Oh, it will. Okay.
Yep. It will tell you if it's a critical hit.
Then I'll roll damage.
And an arrow sails in and connects with this thing, dealing 2 points of damage.
2 points.
Two.
So, Look, that's one less than my crit. So
And
that's,
points
Yeah.
on the
that's
board
fine.
is what we call that.
And then, you know, maybe I'll just take a second shot then. Maybe I'll just do that.
Go for it. You should have the map -5 button in there too. Real easy,
Yep,
like.
Yep.
Tuffy.
17.
Second shot. It's difficult to miss the thing. It's the entire passageway, but the second one's just kind of chink off of its chitinous legs.
Dagnabbit.
Do we go for 3?
No. I'm going to move. What? Nope, I'm not. Hang on. Wait, there we go. I'm actually going to try to get some cover behind that wall right there.
Fair enough.
That's probably a good idea.
As you move through this powder on the ground, you just kind of leave footprints in it. You kick it up as you would dust, but it doesn't appear to react violently as it did when you and Veyron first stepped into it. It seems to have pretty well settled. Which brings us to
cool.
Thalgrid.
You say this thing is easy to hit, so I accept your challenge and will critically fail.
Well, you're definitely into second range increments. It's going to be a little harder for you over here.
Now, I'm going to draw my crossbow.
Ah!
Fire the crossbow at this thing. Come on. Yes, finally!
Oh, he's in
Hit something.
there! A 24 to hit.
First
Let's
one
see
on
it.
that.
It's the thought that counts.
Points on the board. You're getting the 3 more damage. We're getting in there. We're hitting them.
And
Pull out
then
the
reload.
crossbow, load the crossbow, and shoot it. I'm pretty sure that's all you got, though.
Yeah, that's it.
Brings us back around to Veyron, very up close and personal with this hulking beast of a spider. That again, its body barely fits in this shaft, but it looks absolutely unperturbed by the squeeze. It's moving as if it was in an open cavernous field of spider grass or whatever it is spiders like frolicking in.
Sure. I'm going to use my sword and pistol feat, and I'm going to attack it with my sword first.
Okay. So
See
you
if
get a
this
free
works.
swing, and then it doesn't trigger AOs if it has it when you shoot the gun. Cool.
Well, that's not going to do it.
The sword is not going to do it, but it's not going to have any opportunity to try to capitalize when you shoot the gun, though.
Yeah,
You don't have to hit, right? It
and,
just happens? Yeah, it doesn't look like you have to actually hit.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and take my second strike with the pistol.
Ooh, 25.
Ooh,
Much
there we go.
better. Point blank pistol.
25.
Absolutely going to land.
Yeah.
And that'll do 3.
We're getting in there, boys. We're stacking it up.
Yeah. Let's see. I am gonna go ahead
Barr is moving.
and
Going places.
for my third action, I'm gonna go ahead and running reload. I'm gonna move and reload.
Fair enough. Where are you moving?
Well,
Why would
let's
you want
see
to get away
here.
from it?
I like that you do sword and pistol to make sure you don't provoke and then just run away anyway. Just like, well, you know what? I sure hope he doesn't do that. He does not. He is a spider. You're good. That'll bring us to Ilyana.
All right. I'm assuming because I had my sword and shield out before I jumped. Did I jump with those in my hand, or I had to put them
Absolutely. Yeah,
away?
you don't need to.
Okay,
so you
cool.
can just, you get the nice running hero Spartan leap across this.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna charge up to this bad boy, and I'm going to attempt to hit it with my sword. With my let's see.
I don't know if this thing's ready to take more than 3 damage in a single hit. I don't know. It's this.
Right? It might not.
I don't think
let's
it's ready
see.
for actual damage. Oh, fighters.
29.
Oh, God, fighters. Yeah, that hits.
Let's go.
Ayo.
7 points of damage. That's a good strike.
All right.
That's
all
like
right.
any 2 of the previous hits.
If I hit it again with the same weapon, does it automatically do like the?
You should have on your sheet, there is like, we have the
Oh,
strike
is it
13.
the
There's
map?
map -4 right next to it. Yep.
Map
So you
minus
just
4,
hit the
okay.
map -4 and it'll do it for you.
Okay, I'll take a second hit.
Fighters, man. Yeah, that hits too. 25 will do it.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
5. Whew.
Well, Ilyana runs up and just starts hacking at this thing. What does that look like?
Oh, she's just swinging with all of her might. I mean, she is a little tiny cat, so I mean, like I said, she's like 5'2", facing this giant spider. So I like to think that it's pretty amazing to see her go up there, no fear, just start hacking the slash.
I told you the cat folk are like gladiators and prideful warriors in this world, and Ilyana is doing it. She's in there. This thing is perfectly happy to receive this as you charge more or less directly into its maw here. And it is immediately going to readjust its head, pulling its fangs out of the column next to it to just try to bite down on the delicious cat food that has just arrived in front of it. I rolled a nat 1. This thing's terrified. You were like,
She's like hissing as she's like fighting.
this thing is not feeling good right now. You're
The
bobbing
spider's
and
like
weaving.
cats.
It's gonna, swing again. It's not the smartest creature. It's just gonna keep trying to put you in its mouth. No way. There is no way on this earth.
Well done.
Another nat 1. Ileana's untouchable. It's moving on. It knows when it's beat. It was gonna go find someone else. But this thing is inedible. I don't know what it is. It's a little furball. It doesn't fit. It hurts. This thing is just gonna skitter past you and rush down the hall towards Sirhain, bringing us to Sirhain's turn.
Well, I'm gonna
Double
have
that
to. Let's see. I want to check. I have quick draw, so can I just grab my? Can I drop my bow and draw my rapier?
Free action, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna try to get stabby.
Stabby's good.
Let me make sure that's targeted. Yeah. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna try to. My +1 rapier's name is Jerry, by the way.
Get stabby with it.
Oh, Ileana, it just ran past you. You wanna slap it?
Oh yeah, because
You're
I have
a
attack of
fighter.
opportunity. I
Yes.
have
did it
attack-
automatic.
yeah.
Let's go.
It already did it. It did it automatically.
Wait, did it?
Oh, it did.
Yep. It's right in the log.
What the hell? It did.
Wait, where?
Oh.
Wait,
It's
what?
Either
this-
that or the spider attacks vanished.
Oh, I deleted the spider attacks.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Because I was showing you like
Okay.
red nat ones, and I hit him before anyone noticed what its attack bonus was. Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
Dan, you hit Ileana. Give me your attack as it runs
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Ileana goes first.
Never mind.
It's fine. Okay, it's finally time for the fighter to miss something.
Yeah.
15's not gonna do it. All right, give me your damage, Dan.
All right. Here we go. Let's go. Dan.
Ooh.
7.
What? Oh, you're a thief, right? Oh, dex damage, right? Yep, that's a good hit. A solid
Alright.
slash.
And then I'm gonna take a second hit. Dag nabbit. Yeah, I'll do. Man, it's gonna be pretty difficult to try to tumble through this spider square.
Your
right?
big
I would
problem is that
imagine.
it's so freaking big that even if you
Yeah.
successfully tumble through, it's difficult terrain. So you'd need like 35 feet of movement to get through it. So it would be 2 actions if you wanted to go
Well,
on an adventure.
I do have 35 feet of movement. I do
Oh.
have that.
Well, then you
but-
could tumble through it. It just depends on how good you think its reflex is. It seems to be pretty quick,
No.
but it's also pretty
You know
large.
I'm gonna try to hit it again with Jerry. Come on,
Okay.
Jerry. Stab.
Jerry's doing good.
Name it Jerry. That's so
Damn it, Jerry.
Jerry's
I'm gonna use my
definitely-
hero point.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Nope, that's dumb. I'm not doing that. I'm not using my hero point.
All right, fine. Keep your hero point.
And then, and then my third action, right? That was only 2.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try now to move my 35 feet of movement to get to the other
Bobby.
side of this
Give
spider.
me an acrobatics check. Now it is
Alright, here we
pretty
go.
large and it is a glut in this
Good
tunnel.
thing.
But how gymnastic is Sirhain here? This
Well, his
is
background's in it, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, is it
So
really?
His,
Only do it for a
Yeah,
piece,
so-
swing across.
his acrobatics is 12 for acrobatics.
That's pretty good. This
That's
is
not
like a challenge on Survivor because this thing's legs are just all over the
I
tunnel and you
know.
gotta like tumble and
know.
climb through all this and get past it.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to kind of ready myself. I nod to Jerry and say, "Nice work, but let's get out of here." And so I'm going to go.
Our time has come, Jerry. Ooh,
25.
25 will do it.
Yeah.
Heck
Let's go.
yeah.
Sirhain, what does
Nice.
this look like?
So what this looks like is he kind of like he does the stab, right? And he does the damage and then he tries again and then he misses. And that's when he's like, okay. He's like, I better probably try to get out of here. And all he can think to do is be like, he focuses on that back corner where he is right now. And he's like, for some reason, I'm going there. And he basically just kind of does like a little Scooby-Doo running thing where you hear bongos noises going, and then he shoots. There's a dust cloud, and as he's going, he's like shoulder moving through the spider feet, trying to weave, going around. He looks like a boxer, kind of, you know. And then
bobbing.
he ends up over there. Yeah.
Sick parkour, Sirhain. Brings
Dude,
us
this
to
is sick parkour.
Thalgrid, the last one left in front of this hulking spider
Yeah.
here.
Loving his position here. Spargrid's going to switch his
Yep.
crossbow over to his offhand, Quick draw a alchemist fire and lob it at the spider. Come on, just one bomb.
Let's go.
All I'm asking for.
Let's go. You got this. You got this.
The advantage you have here.
Good.
Ooh, that'll do it. Ooh.
Oh,
That's
heck
yeah.
friggin' spicy. 15
Oh my
points of
God.
damage. And it... Oh, that auto applies sick. It has 2 persistent fire damage now. Kind of hanging
Heck
on it.
yeah.
It'll get that later. I'm curious if Foundry will do that automatically at the end of its turn. I'm starting to feel like it will. That's pretty cool. As you see this bomb splash across the face of the spider, fortunately the spider is massive, so there's like no danger of hurting any of your friends in the back line here. Where some of this fiery overspill, some of this burning liquid splashes out across the yellow dust on the floor, you see it catch and sear across it in an instant, almost like a mill fire. Like it's extremely flammable, but it burns out in an instant. And with that surge of fire, all of this yellow dust that popped up from Sir-Handed Varen is just gone in the blink of an eye.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
And
All
then,
right.
because I'm clearly concerned about the half elf that we left behind, I'm just going to move backwards into the room to make sure he's okay.
He's cowering currently behind the barricade. He's pretty well bunkered up, but yeah, he can't really run. So if the spider
Yeah.
comes down here, it's not gonna be great for him.
I'm clearly going to protect him. This was clearly not me retreating from the spider. I was coming to defend him.
You don't gotta explain it to me. Like, Varen.
All right. I am gonna move back.
Get in there. Man's fearless.
Yeah, it's a little closer than I wanted. I couldn't see it until
It's
I
getting
came
not
around the
quite
corner,
in there.
so- yeah, I've got the movement to get there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
easily.
move to there. I am going to. Yeah, we'll try and pistol twirl. Let's give myself the best chance possible.
Do it.
Oh, Jason, I got a good
Yeah.
idea. I got a good
so I'm
idea.
gonna go ahead and attempt deception.
You should kill it.
It's a great idea, man.
Yeah, that is-
Oh.
oh.
Yeah,
Heck
no,
yeah.
it's a spider. It's not
Heck
smart.
yeah.
It definitely succeeds.
All right.
This
so
is
it
a bug.
It is flat-footed now against my pistol attack. Here it comes. God.
You're great at deception. Like, that's cool. You're really good at that part.
Yeah.
We gotta get a little bit better
Well,
at the
4
shooting
isn't gonna
part.
quite do it. Yeah, 4 isn't gonna quite do it.
Yeah, bullet just kind of buries itself in the side of this thing's thorax. And it's hard to miss, but you don't really hit it in a spot that's gonna do meaningful
Yeah.
damage.
That was move. Pistol twirl. I'm done.
Ilyana, this thing just left. It was tired of trying.
Kill this.
Alright. Oh
Kill
wait,
this.
am I? It's close enough now where I could use my sudden charge, right, and try to hit it.
Sudden charge is
Okay.
more the opposite. You want that on stuff that's far away, because it lets you move twice and swing as a
Oh,
single
it
action.
strikes twice. Okay, yeah.
So you can
okay.
just normal walk over to it.
I'm just gonna walk over to it. No. Oh my God, why is it? Oh.
Hey, help.
Okay. And I'm gonna try to slash it again.
All right, let's see. It was very great the first time.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Almost.
Oh no.
Okay.
Almost, but not
Uh,
quite with that first swipe. But 22 doesn't quite hit it.
Well, okay. I have. I'm gonna try to smash it with the back of my shield because I have that shield boss on it.
Oh, okay.
Try to do bludgeoning damage.
We squish the spider. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
What you do when you see a spider the size of a building.
Step on it.
You know, I'm gonna hero point that because I haven't used mine yet.
Okay, give me a hero point. Give me a big old shield slap.
Big old shield slap.
Spinning backhand.
Don't fail. Oh
No,
my
that's
God.
as failed as it could physically possibly be. But what matters is that you tried and it was a cool idea.
Well, I just smashed my
Sure.
hand against the wall.
The
instead.
feeling is now mutual between you and the spider. The spider has learned that trying to eat Ilyana, it's not smart, it's a spider. It's not incapable of pattern recognition. It's gonna turn with Sirhane here as it's snapping its little mandibles. Its fangs are right behind you as it kind of pivots as you tumble through all of its legs. And it is going to turn around and attempt to just bite after you as you clamber through the backside here, just in a heap with all your buddies.
Okay, when do
And
I
it's-
declare nimble dodge? Do you want me to do that now?
You nimble dodge when you're being targeted. So, yep, if you want to nimble dodge.
I would like to, please.
So your AC is 2 higher.
Yes.
Does a 22 hit you?
It misses.
Sick nimble dodge, bro.
Dodge roll.
You needed that, didn't you?
I knew it was coming. And I was like, I'm not gonna. Dude, I always get messed up on that. I always forget to declare it at the right time, and I was like, I'm not missing this one.
Well, that
at
was
all.
a very good use because that will
Oh, I see.
cause the jaws to just miss as you clamber through and then back out of the way. And again, not the best and the brightest here. It's just gonna try again.
I see how it is, Dan. You remember for Squiiddish?
Believe it or
That's all I
not,
can think of.
22.
22. Yeah.
You can't
yeah,
nimble
that
dodge
hits.
that one, buddy.
That hits. Dag
The
nabbit.
second time it's gonna catch you, you don't have a lot of room. You're kind of at the corner of this junction, so you've only kind of got what you got. And one of these fangs is just gonna clip you as it bites into Sirhane for 20 points of piercing damage. But wait, there's more. I need a fortitude save.
Oh no.
It's a spider. Oh no way! He pops
Oh
a nat
my
20 on
God.
the table.
26.
And it rolls right outside my screen region. It rolls on top of the chat. I can't put the chat on screen. All my rolls are there. You, as this fang kind of punches in, pierces through your armor, and stabs into you like a dagger, like a short sword. The fang is huge. You feel a little bit of a burning pain as you wrench and twist away and physically pull yourself off of this fang as you see it shoot a little jet of green venom onto the floor out of the fang that
Oh,
was
no.
just buried into you.
Oh no.
Oh, you'll be fine.
It's
Yeah, that's fine, right?
got one left.
I've got leeches to deal with that. You'll be fine, lad.
Thalgrid, back behind this as you're moving. You did burn it pretty well. It's a little crispy. It's still smoldering from this flaming liquid on it. As it turns around to face her, and you feel you see it's raise its abdomen and point the kind of two-pronged end of its thorax at you, and you see it contract and punch out, and it shoots a spray of a thick but clear viscous webbing out towards you.
Oh no.
Yoy. I guess you want a reflex save?
That's an attack roll. I'm just rolling it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Does an 8 hit
Gross.
you?
8 does not.
It is
Amazing.
its third
Oh, it's-
attack. It's not
Like,
looking.
I thought they'd be better at webs.
It
man.
just
That's
kind
weird.
of sprays that crap all over the general direction. Absolutely none of it comes anywhere near Thalgrid, but it is gross. Sirhane,
Just been attacked by a giant, like, tinted silly string. That's all it is. Spraying the room.
let me see if it's still on fire. That did not roll. All right, Sirhane.
Yeah, I mean, I've already got Jerry out. I'm like, dang, Jerry, let's do this. And I'm just gonna start stabbing. Still targeted? Yeah, still targeted. All right, Jerry, let's do some damage.
It takes 2 persistent damage. It's still burning.
Heck yeah.
Nice. 25 hit.
25 absolutely hits. That's
go,
what we're looking
Jerry.
for. Give me some damage.
Come on, Jerry. Big money, big
Ooh,
money. Heck yeah,
9.
Jerry.
Let's go, Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry's my guy. Jerry's our guy. Okay, so question. Can you apply the damage? Can you click the damage button at the bottom of your thing? Does it work if you do it, or do I have to do it?
If there's like a button here I can push. No, that gives me damage.
All right, don't click that. Fair enough. It's the punch yourself in the face button.
Stab the spider and just
Wait, did I target myself?
I
Yeah.
think it's because you can only do it to yourself. So I think if you as a player click the
Oh.
damage, it applies it to the token that you control. So that makes sense.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So I will just go ahead and put it on the spider myself. Fair enough. 9 points of damage. At this
Yes,
point, it's
Jerry.
burnt. It's looking pretty cut up. It doesn't have much left.
Let's take it out.
Okay, I'm gonna use my second action with. Come on, Jerry.
Let's see,
Jerry's
Jerry.
got this.
I'm gonna level with you. I can't see your rolls anymore. I don't know why. I think I disconnected from Foundry. So just tell me what you roll.
Okay, here we go. Jerry. That is. Oh, son of a gun. That's a 9.
It was a nat 20.
Dang it, Jerry.
9 is definitely not going to do it. 1 action left, sir.
Boy, it's a mistake to try to.
He's so weak, though.
Oh,
You could kill
Yeah,
him.
I know. All right. You know
You got
what?
your whole party's turns before he goes again.
I'm gonna use my hero point for that second attack.
Okay,
I'm gonna use my
okay.
hero point. All right, here we go. Second attack. Let's go. Oh,
yeah.
22.
22 doesn't hit.
Jerry.
It's so close, but it's not in there.
Son of a gun. All right. With my third, I'm going to. Oh wait, I'm gonna move out of the way here.
Oh, he's doing things that are smart. Fair enough. All grid back behind us. That brings us to you.
Yeah, change your grip back to two-handed. So you targeted, so let's have another go with this crossbow. Come on, buddy, do me well. That wasn't what I was asking you for. And then reload it. That's me.
He's firing. He's trying. We have Veyron up top. Can he end this?
Well, here's hoping. I am going to. I'm going to fire. And we'll see how that goes. How they're trying with a pistol tool.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh, heck yeah.
24.
Yeah, 24 is definitely going to be a successful deception. That's not an issue at all.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
It's a bug. Now, can you do the gun part though?
It 3 points of damage without a crit aren't super effective. So 3 points of damage there.
I don't know whose internet is sad, but someone's internet is sad. Okay. 3 points of damage isn't quite going to be enough.
Oh, damn it.
Still on fire, though. He's still on fire. I might still
He
get
is on
kill steal.
fire. You got anything left in there? Did it for you, Jason?
Yeah, I'm gonna reload and fire again.
Ooh, more bullet. More bullet. I don't know why I can't see rolls, but it's okay. They can just read them to me.
Heck
25.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hits again. Bullet 1. Bullet 2.
Take it out.
4.
4 doesn't quite do it.
Oh my lord.
4 doesn't quite do it. Ileana just hit it.
All right, I'm smashing this thing with me sword. Cool.
Nice.
Wait, is that a critical for a 29? No, is it just a... No, it's just a hit.
29 is a regular hit, but it's got 6 health.
It only has 6 health left.
It's got 6 health left.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to smash it again with my shield. Don't fail me now.
Wait, what was the damage? I can't. Rolls aren't showing up in the
Oh.
chat for me. What was the
Oh,
damage of the first one?
10.
10 damage.
No, it had 6.
Oh.
10! 10!
Oh, I
What?
thought it had 6 after that. Okay.
No, it had 6 when you were coming into the start of your 10. Ileana,
No.
how do you win this fight?
Oh, I smashed that. Well, I guess I'm piercing it. I'm poking that thing full of holes until it just, I guess, falls to the ground dead.
It's been stabbed a lot of times. It's very large. It has a lot of space for stabbing. That's very much a thing it can take an impressive amount of. But it can't do it forever. And as Ileana rips at this thing with a flurry of stabs, it finally collapses. It's stab it until it's no longer alive. It's a tried and true strategy. It's worked
Right.
worked for generations. The group of you have come in here, and where that spider came from, you see another light. The first light that any of you have seen down these tunnels, since it seems that the various lanterns of the area have been unlit since whatever happened. But it's not coming from where the spider was. It's coming from a little area over to the left.
Ooh.
And as the group of you come forward, you can see that there is another mine shaft. It hasn't been propped and supported yet. The map is lying to you. There are not support beams here. This is a fresh one. This is one they had just started hitting, mining down a seam. And you can see where, in a pile of rubble, they had mined through the wall into a much larger cavernous space. Based on what you've been following on the trail so far, it is clear that this statue smashed its way out of this breach from the huge cave beyond, and the cave is very far from empty. As inside is something completely different from all the caverns you've explored so far. There are buildings shaped of worked stone, squat and angular, with thick glyphs and geometric designs around their foundations, winding their ways up pillars, around diamond-shaped isometric windows set within. There is a town, a city, some kind of settlement beyond here that looks clearly dwarven in origin, but very much not modern dwarven, not something recent. This looks like it's a settlement from before the Troll Wars started. Something that, well, one of the many places the dwarves were forced out of as those giant fire-hating dumb idiots punched their way west and pushed the dwarves back into your civilization, into the coast, into the lands of alchemy and ignition and other problems. And it looks like it's been abandoned for quite some time. Speaking of time, I believe that's all we've got today. So we are going to head into this ruin next week. This ancient dwarven city that for some inexplicable reason has a giant, angry, flamethrower-handed stone creature rampaging around inside of it. That is not a thing that makes any more sense for a dwarf than anyone else, Thalgrid. You guys don't have magic either. This isn't like ancient dwarven sorcery. That's still not a thing.
He's looking down at his vials and he's like, nope.
Thank you all.
I don't think I can shoot my way out of this.
Yeah.
Well, I think I need to shoot your way into it. Because, I mean,
Well,
I've heard the best idea I've heard so far is from Thalgrid. Maybe the thing is an off switch. Until someone hits me with a better idea, I recommend that's the one that you guys go with. Thanks, everyone in chat, for joining us. Thank you for your supports. Thank you. There's a bunch of subs and follows through there. I don't know if this is Syrinscape notifier have sound because I wasn't hearing anything. I saw them pop up sometimes and I saw them in chat occasionally.
No,
Okay.
I've got them off so that they don't disrupt live play. And stuff
Fair
like
enough.
That, so.
But thank you all just for hanging out. Next week, next Thursday, I suppose you'd prefer I say 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's what I am. Same time, same
12
place.
o'clock BST.
Anyone else?
AM.
Anyone else? Anyone else got one? Anyone got Australia? Like a.
That would be 9 a.m. Australian West Coast.
Yeah.
We'll come back in.
I got to know all of them, so.
And we'll finish this. This is only a 2-shot adventure, so we will conclude our exploration of the Green Ridge Mines next week. And until then, stay safe, everybody. Enjoy your week.
Heck yeah. I got
Enjoy your
one thing to
weekend.
say before you go.
Yeah, hit me with outros. Dan, outro me.
One thing. Happy birthday, Steve.
I was gonna say happy
Happy
birthday when the golem
birthday.
showed up, and I forgot. Oh no, it was my birthday present. Like, it was-
Thank you.
oh, it was the birthday golem. But I was trying to figure out.
I thought that's why you were trying to set me on fire.
You're a little candle.
Happy
Aw,
birthday,
I like
Steve. I think no, Varen was your little candle. It was perfect. We didn't have you. And then you blew him out in the tunnel afterwards.
Yeah.
Everything was
Oh,
perfect.
yeah.
What'd you wish
Your
for?
present's dead.
Oh.
To not be on fire.
If it was 500 gold, we can do that probably. Anyway,
Oh,
that's
man.
it for us.
Anyway.
Thank you, everyone. Hopefully, we'll see you next time.
Thank you
Bye.
all.